Yo! Who uses Gimp?
Hi.
Gimp released? What is this? That's... Oh, that's advertisement. Huh? 8 minutes. There we go. Gimp released. Okay. What is that version that you talked about? Python 2.0. Wait. Python 2.0?
Hello.
Aha. Okay, it's 3.1. Okay. Interesting. Non-destructive editing updates. I'm not a big GIMP person, but it's awesome that it's getting better, I guess. I love myself this application right here. It's called Photopea. It's completely free. You can use it on the browser. You can even use it on your phone. Can you use GIMP on your phone, guys? Is that possible? Because ultimately, I can make thumbnails or draw pictures on my phone while I'm out and about. Yeah. And that's really cool. And the program, while it is a web application, it runs in the web browser, it is reasonably slow. However, it's not that slow compared to, let's say, Photoshop. And I haven't used GIMP a lot. I think this is one of the best programs you can use. It's just like Photoshop.
Immediately and then go vegan.
Look, guys, I changed how the game looks a little bit. What do you guys think about this atmosphere? Does it bring a good vibe? Do you like it? I thought about doing this just for the sake of changing it for once. Because we changed the lighting a couple of days ago, actually. And I think it looks good. What do you guys think? Hello there, you guys. Good morning. Hello. The fun part of the day starts. Finally. Woo. Hello there, V by Matrix, Iffy, Azen, Cuckoo, Lolboy, Decryptor, Marman, Fori, and Zend. Good morning. And Mr. Shintai, it gives me the I'm fuzzy because too much drinking. So yeah, great vibe. Yeah, I think it's a good vibe. I think I would like to add some torches here to the left and to the right that give off a little bit less heat. But yeah. Cakez, Twitch is glitching and showing me that you have 85,000 viewers, Kai Senat's channel. I was a little hopeful, but here we are. No, man, that's not how it goes, okay? A jump from, let's say, 100 viewers to 85,000, that doesn't really happen overnight. He has, but we hide them. I see. Yeah, today I want to work on getting a little bit closer towards the demo. And one of that is I thought about lighting and visuals, and of course the upgrades. We're going to continuously work on the upgrades. Yesterday we did the war banner, and I think it turned out very nice. Now we have 3 good options for level 1, and we already have 2 good options for level 2. We're just missing a 3rd option. And yesterday, I guess I didn't do this, I also had an idea for taunt. I'm gonna keep taunt in the game. Where is it? Where is taunt? Ah, here we go. I'm going to keep taunt in the game, but I'm turning it into a global ability. AKA, when you use taunt, it will make it so that the enemies get a movement speed debuff and they start walking towards you, and they will focus you if they can attack you. If they can't attack you, they will just slowly walk towards you, When they are done walking towards you, they start following the road again. And so now taunt is an active ability that you can use. Actually, I have the background still on. That you can use to change a battle, essentially. Because the tower defense game is going to be a battle. And I think it makes more sense to have this be an active ability. Global means... A global ability in the game means that you use it yourself. And so, for example, the Bladestorm ability over here is a global ability. Let me quickly check what tier it is. I set it to 0. Let's put it on 3. Save that. And then, for example, if we give ourselves a lot of levels here. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? I mean, I copied that, but holy shit. Paste. I guess it pasted a lot of stuff in here. Assert array is full. Why is the array full? Written characters. Huh. A P. Uh-huh. Okay. That's a bit odd, actually. Not sure how that would happen. That's odd. I know that I'm clearing this here. But okay. Okay, anyways, what was I saying again? Cakez said yesterday, but you didn't catch it. Another try today. Congrats on 10,000 subs on YouTube, my mate. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been 3 years of doing content on YouTube, and I'm happy. You know, it is definitely a milestone. Could be more, could be less, right? It's really cool, but I'm very happy. Yes, thank you. There we go. He walked into the castle, haha. Looks like he walked into the castle, really? Actually? Damn. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was working on the skill tree here. So Taunt will be a global ability just like Bladestorm, and I gave myself a bunch of characters. I wonder what happens when I reach 112.
Don't market it. The money will come to you.
I wonder why. Since the game's paused, it's not updating it, huh? I get it. So wait a minute. Here's the question, I guess. Input needs to be cleared, right? Whenever I'm simulating. For some reason, it seems like if the game is not paused, it increases the update timer, but then it doesn't clear the written input characters. So what are we gonna do here? That means we can write something in the UI and the game's paused and we can't clear these characters. And we also, I see that's how my input lag happens. That's why I get input bugs. I guess we have to do something today first. I thought about this off stream anyways. Currently I have a little bit of an issue with input in my game. So for example, when I want to click something here, I'll show you. Hello, Mr. Real Super Cool. Good morning, bro. Hope you're doing good. There you go. Let me see here really quickly. Put that up. And I'm pausing the game when for example, when I press the options. And when I open up the skill tree. And so, for example, I'm going to click on this once now. Take a look. Did you see that I just clicked it, but it didn't select it? And I have to click it. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm clicking it once now. Watch. It didn't select it. And now I have to click it again to select it. There are some UI bugs that are happening with my input system. And this is not the only bug that I have, but something bad is happening. So we need to fix that. And another thing is that whenever we are supposed to simulate, so here's the question, right? We have this update timer that increases by frame time when we are not paused. The reason why I did this is because we had issues if I didn't do it this way, right? So when the game's paused, maybe we shouldn't simulate. What do you guys think? It's trying to update. So how would you guys make pausing in the game happen? Would you just not simulate?
My Lord Chat. Milady Cakez. Pepe Neil Homies.
I didn't know Cakez was developing an AR game. Hello there, Papai. Good morning. And JPEG, good morning as well. Hey, bro, what's up? Good morning. It's 30 Post, my man. Hello there. Yeah, this guy's looking stylish today. True. I wonder what the, like, simulate does increase the tick counter, right? Delta time is the update delay. We can go back. Update level, and then the update level is the important part here. This is what I like about simulate. Look how small this function is. And then updating the level is actually what happens. The rest of the game is UI. It can run faster or slower, it doesn't matter. And then over here we have the... Where's the tick counter? When is that happening? I think it happens here. And then I update stuff like entities, banners, active abilities, damaging areas, and collision boxes. I mean, an active ability is also a damaging area in a way, so I think I would just call it an active ability. You could introduce a separate unscaled time in your engine and use that to update things that you want to keep updating while the game is paused, and use the scale time to update things that shouldn't update while the game is paused. Maybe send a parameter along the function when pausing to disable certain parts. So we need to definitely... We need to make a picture of this and map this out properly so that, because I'm working towards a demo version, and that is my ultimate goal at the moment. I'm pretty sure you guys can tell that I'm focusing on this a lot. I also do reacts, but essentially I want to make sure that the game demo version is as polished as possible. And so with everything I do, I want to try to take a great care. And since the input is currently a little bit wonky, I think it's a good time right now to fix it so that we can move on next week and push forward. Because I don't want you guys to have input issues when you're playing the game. I want this to be smooth. Because ultimately, I think I'm getting very close to a very smooth gameplay experience. Trying to get the game done by New Year's, and also let's spend 5 days on a banner. Yeah, but that's part of the game, my friend. This banner right here, sir, is part of the game, you know? And so an upgrade is the most important thing in a tower defense game. And so making this upgrade feel worthwhile and fun is important. And if this is not part of the demo, then this middle part right here, the defensive part, is not there at all, which makes the demo version, in my opinion, not really complete. So in order to complete the demo, I want this middle part to be here, to exist, because that will play a vital role in defeating the last boss. The last boss you will need some sort of defense or your team will get smashed. That's how I see it. He got some real inspiration from visiting his own castle, yeah. Exactly. You could introduce a separate unscaled. I actually read that already, Decryptor. I'm gonna talk about your game in a second, but I think, yes. So now, moving on from here, I wanna do one thing at a time. What do we do with the input? Simulate, right? Simulate increases, calculates the enemies left to spawn. It does ambient light, and then over here, it does the spawn system. Basically, it spawns enemies, and then it increases the tick counter for the level, and it increases the time. And this is what we used yesterday, by the way, to spawn a bunch of particles. Now, what I want to have happen in the game is, and here's where it gets interesting. I want my units to still idle. I want these arrows to fly. I want this stuff to happen while the game is in a state of being updated, but not running. So that is what I call the level state preparation. And you know this from Bloons, maybe from other tower defense games. You are in a preparation state where you set up stuff. And in this scenario, I do not want, and this is, I guess we start with this here. Maybe we don't update any of these things. You see this right here? Updating collision boxes, updating damaging areas, updating active abilities, updating projectiles, entities, and banners. If I don't update the entity, however, and I'll show you what that looks like. Also, why is this a break? Oh, I see, because we're switching on the level state and we only have those two. If we are running the level, and this is the question, do I, and this is why I love, see, this is what I mean by not by programming that we talked about yesterday. This is what I love about not extraction, when you don't extract much. What I have here is a sequential flow of things that happen, and I can just move these things around and make decisions. So for example, should I increase the tick counter first and the time first and then update? Or should I update first and then increase the tick counter? So for example, if I increase the tick counter and the time after updating, the first update will be on the time 0. And then I increase the time. So essentially, would be this. But let's see what happens if I put it in here. The unit will no longer move, I think. Yeah, he will no longer move. You see this? He stopped moving. Unfortunately. It doesn't idle anymore. Because I'm now only updating the unit when the level is actually running. Now, is that a good thing? And also, what about projectiles? So right now we are in the level, right? And I can make a projectile spawn. What should happen? Let me close this. Oh yeah, this needs to be closed for sure. Otherwise I'll leak stuff. Man, that would have been bad. Gotta be careful. Okay, let's open up Paint. Trusty Paint.
Guten Morgen, Gigabitch.
Ah, Mr. Almeida, guten Morgen. And also, shut the fuck up, man. Control X. Also, Mr. Diamond. Good morning, sir. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're having a good day so far. It's Friday. And it's streaming time, bro. Yeah. Watching cakes while I eat KFC hits differently. Damn, you're eating KFC, so you're eating some chicken stuff? Okay, let's see here. So what I want to do is essentially... fuck, what was I? Oh yeah, so let's say I have a unit, right? In the level, and we just shot an arrow towards an enemy. But the enemy is already dead. And now the round, we went from round 1 out of 50. We went to 2 out of 50. Okay? So now we are in round 2, but we are in this preparation state. Preparation. So, should this arrow fly? Should this arrow... Should it fly? That's the question. Should it fly in which situation? Well, we are in this preparation state where we prepare for the enemies to come. We place down our units. We discuss the strategies to go on. And we have an arrow in the air. Why would an arrow stay in the air? See, that's bad, right? That's what I mean too. That's what I'm thinking about too. So, what I mean by this is, okay, we are in this running and preparation state of the game. Actually, you know what, guys? You know what, guys? Why don't we take a look from someone who knows it all? Can anyone guess who knows everything? Me? No, that's not true. You're not. Not you. Me? I mean, you have a game on Steam, you know. Yup. This is the second channel on YouTube, by the way. Good morning. Pirate Software? I don't think he knows everything. He knows a lot, but not everything. Bloons? Exactly. Bloons has a monkey that keeps using buffs on other units. And so my question is, what happens when we are in this preparation state of the game and the monkey is Asmongold? No, Asmongold doesn't know everything either. However, let me make this. The monkey is Asmongold. Oh, you mean monkey? No, guys, that's rude. I like that Asmongold has been a little bit more conservative in his latest videos. I really do appreciate that, because he has been quite aggressive before. Really like it.
Hello, Cakez.
Hello, Mr. Sir. So let's put him here, because then we can have 2 units next to him. What I want to see happen is... does he buff the guy? So we need to like get 3 upgrades really quickly, okay? Can you write spend money as microtrans or actions off your taxes? I have no idea, man. Maybe you can, but I'm not really that big into this writing off taxes stuff. Hey, I leaked. Well, whatever. It is how it is. Okay, then we get this, and we just need to get 1,500. Oh, there it is. He already does. Okay, so what we need to do now is auto start rounds, turn that off, and I want to see what happens. Does he still use it on him? Because he's gonna run out. So he just used it on him, the buff, right? That he deals, I think, more damage. Poison damage. And so he keeps using it on him to constantly buff him. It's overwriting the buff. And now I want to know what happens when the round's over and the buff runs out. Or maybe the buff is there indefinitely. Let's see. I think what's gonna happen is that the buff will run out. Huh. It seems like the buff is there indefinitely. How long is the buff lasting? What is this called? This is called acidic mixture dip. Huh. So what I see here is that the buff is animated but it's not updated. So what that tells me is that they have a separate part where they just animate the buff, and that animation time is completely disconnected from updating the buff. So the buff is currently still on the hero. He doesn't do any actions. He doesn't buff this guy here while they are waiting. So essentially, I would need to have to disconnect the idle animation or the animation for idle posing and animations for certain abilities and buffs from the update loop. His cooldown won't be lowering. I guess there's no timer lower mid-round. Yeah. So smart. No, actually, I think that is something that you have to think about, right? Because you will have this, or in a tower defense game at least, you have this preparation round. Okay. Hello there, Snoggy Boy. Good morning. Cakes, you're the monkey? No, I'm not. Can you write spend money on microtransactions of your taxes? Actually read that already. Cakes, did you build this game? This one? No, I did not. What happens when Bloons don't have a deterministic tick? It needs to have a deterministic tick, but when it didn't have that, if it didn't have a deterministic tick,
am I so out of
then
touch?
It would feel bad.
No.
Mr. Elmido is gifting 1 sub to the community.
Why turn off stuff at idle? So in idle posing, when you're waiting on the next round, Shade 11, you want to keep your timers, because otherwise you get a different result in the end product. So what does that mean? If you have this option turned on, whenever a round is over, the next round starts immediately without delay. So your cooldowns, for example, let's say you have a big cooldown that you can use every 50 seconds. Your big cooldown continuously runs down as the game level runs, but if you are in this preparation state, if it were to run down, it would be easier for you to beat every single round, because the cooldown, you could just wait for the cooldown. You could effectively cheat, essentially. There would be a different outcome, and this option right here would make the game harder and imbalanced, essentially. And so what they're doing is, when you're not auto-starting the round, they're still animating the buffs that each unit have, but they don't run out. They're not updating the timers. So the buff is there all the time, but since nothing is happening, it doesn't matter. I could have a bunch of buffs on him that were to run out in 5 seconds, but since I'm not continuing to play, it stays on. Why not reset all cooldowns at round end? I think that would be boring. I think that is like your... You can essentially, but yeah. I think the Bloons way is the best way. I think so too. Wow, Cakes, long time no see. I see you stopped developing the Tangy defense game and fully fledged to be a let's player of the famous game Bloons TD, which is much better game anyways, so kudos to you. Boy, I've been getting along your journey only through your thumbnails, lol. Really? Damn, that's awesome. Hello there, Tataki on YouTube. That's really cool. You mean on my second dev channel, Cakes Dev? Which, you know, you guys should totally subscribe to, by the way. You know, if you guys want to see game development action, you should follow Cakes Dev. This YouTube channel over here. 700 subscribers. We are almost at the point of 1000. I don't think I can reach 1000. But yeah, this is where I upload all my VODs, my brothers. This is where I upload, and these VODs are cut, usually. I try to cut down the blabbering, or cut out the blabbering, and just focus on me developing the game. So if you guys want to follow this along, there you go. You know, subscribe to the channel. 5-minute uploads. There are some 5-minute uploads, yeah. But there are also some 3 hours, 1 hour. It's basically my dev sessions. And some interesting stuff that I talk about, you know. You guys remember this smart trick
so
right
out
here?
Of touch?
Stuff like this.
No.
Mr.
Finally
Elmido
subscribed.
is gifting 1 sub to the
Do
community.
I have free will? You get recommended on my YouTube 4 times daily, so I always hover over and watch it for some seconds to see what you're doing. That's awesome. That is awesome, brother. Cool. Mr. Albida, thank you very much for gifting us up to int main return 0. My man, thank you. Anyways, okay, let's move on here. So, that means with this newfound knowledge that just randomly happened, we need to not update, we need to update these only when the level is running. But we need to animate, essentially. We need to animate certain abilities and buffs. So for example, he should idle. And so let me see here. As far as I remember, when I update the entities, that is also updating, let's see, updating enemies, generate seeds for dead enemies, reached path end, deselect, update enemy. Let's begin with heroes. So updating a hero. Let me see here, hero center, hero collider. Should this be in the UI pass? Yeah, maybe this should be in the UI pass. We'll have to see. Maybe this should actually be in the UI pass. Harvard Hero ID. Okay. Guys, I have another question. Maybe, well, guys, no. We're going to do one thing at a time. This is something we're gonna do in a second. A debug speech bubble. That will probably be in the UI pass as well. Then we have the stats here. Alter delta time, init stats, blah blah blah. Abilities, generation, apply abilities. Doesn't even do anything. It's just decreasing the cooldown for abilities. Oh, guys, I have a question. Oh, that's a cool idea. So, hey, that's actually awesome. This stuff right here, apply abilities, basically counts down the timer an ability needs to be off cooldown again. If you yourself are frozen, should your ability cooldown go down or should you be completely frozen? What do you guys think? If a unit is frozen, should their timer also be frozen? Can you have a day and night cycle? Yeah, you can potentially have that in the game. A few streams back, Sir Cakez was complaining that he doesn't get enough ad revenue as a Twitch partner. And P bro, enjoy the ad-free experience. I was complaining that I don't get enough ad revenue. Yeah, anyways, who cares? Anyways, yeah, so that, like, I was, but that was a different story. No, will healer keep healing? I wouldn't freeze the cooldowns. So that's the question, right? So for example, someone freezes you in World of Warcraft. Do your ability cooldown still count down? Because ultimately what I can do here, applying the abilities, when I apply a buff to myself that is altering the delta time to, let's say, 0 because I'm stunned, I could essentially just do this, right? And then the abilities don't... The abilities have frozen cooldowns. Alright, let's see here. So animate entity. That should always happen, I guess. So when we are in preparation, I guess I want to do it differently. That's all. That makes more sense. I just want to do something differently. So wait a minute, we have attack, animation state attack. That is just giving me the attacks per second, and this is using the weapon. This is also using the weapon. This one is not really... This one is not true anymore, at least for... The attack time is one that I use, by the way, for that. I should use the attack time, not the cast time. I'll have to fix that too. And then over here, animation time is being animated, yeah. Default is animation time, so that's what should be happening. And this here should take Should get the cast delay here, the attack speed here. Then it should be called attack time. It should increase the attack time, which I think it does in the future. Cakez, are you still on high from Americans' victory? Still on a high? I have watched a weird video yesterday about a bunch of women talking about the elections, like an Asmongold clip, where these women were talking about how Latina females were voting 70% for Kamala and like 90% of black women were voting for Kamala. And it all sounded so crazy racist. It was insane how they were effectively slicing up humans into different groups and then talking about those groups in isolation. And then pointing out which groups were good or bad. And then those white women, 52% voted for Trump. And those white women were all stupid. Or uneducated white women. And I was like, holy shit, what is going on there? How is this even... Like, it's crazy. Freaking ads? Oh, Luch, I'm sorry about that. Sounds like old Germany. Daijneem, good morning. Thank you very much for following. 52% white woman like Trump. Anyways, so yeah, I like it doesn't really affect me, so I don't really care. It was just fun to see. Trends change. Okay, guys, let's see here. So, I think the best thing to do right now is to commit and push and then actually do something. Because I've been just sitting here doing nothing, essentially. Because I was thinking about how we could tackle this problem. We effectively had it like this, right? I was doing this before, which was wrong. This definitely needs to happen here. But should this happen in the UI pass? Yeah, so now we are going to build a version that we need to build off of. We're going to improve the UI of the game today. Cakez, I saw a video yesterday that Germany has some problems going out right at the moment due to the immigration. Notice any of that? Around my close vicinity, no. I mean, I'm not out a lot, you know, so I don't really see that. However, what I know is that when immigrants come here, they are being forced, oftentimes they are being forced to live among themselves. So integration for them is really difficult and learning the language is really difficult. While we do have courses, I think it's called, and tests to make sure that they learn the language. These tests, like how many of you have ever made an online tutorial for a programming language and after the tutorial was over, you knew the programming language very well? How many of you did that? And for how long did you know the programming language very well? So let's say you understood the language in a way, right? For like a couple of days, but you stopped using it because you don't need it in your job. You just made the tutorial for the gist of it, right? Now, how long do you think you will still remember the tutorial and the things they taught you? And so that's essentially the problem. Because they are being pushed in their own groups. And so, like, how can you learn or integrate yourself when you're in your own groups and you're only speaking your own language? You can't. It's difficult. And so the problem is oftentimes that Germany is just overloaded and they don't know where to put these people. So they put them in camps together and then they are only amongst themselves. And I've seen one of those camps when I was driving to soccer. Like basically every time, like 2 times a week. There was this... It was essentially like, this is what it looked like. So let's say, here's the road, the street, right? And then we had like a circular thing where one path goes off here, one path goes off here, and another path goes off here. Yeah, you know these Kreisverkehr in English? Circular Verkehr in English, I don't know what that's called. Yeah, so this is where I would drive by. every time I would go to soccer. Right? And so there was an entry point right here. Here was an entry point, and there were a bunch of trees, okay? To the side. Bunch of trees. And a bunch of trees here. Okay? And here was the entry point, and it was effectively just a place with shotta. Shotta is this in English. Like something like this. Like essentially a kinda like yeah, something like that. Okay? So essentially think about it like something like this. Okay, this is what was here. Okay? Not a road, but essentially just that. So I would have to like select this part here, get rid of this. Like this. This. Just, you know, this stuff here. That's what this was. Okay, so we had that here. And so this is where they had, you know what they had there? And they lived there, by the way. Tents. They had tents. This is where they would live. And now you can tell me how great of a situation that is. But yeah, essentially, you know, like this is stuff that is not talked about. Do you think it's bullshit that you get to send to prison for doing a Nazi salute? To prison might be a bit harsh, because it could just be a joke, but if you really mean it, then I think prison is fine. Good morning, what's up? Hello there, bro. Because ultimately, that's not the solution either. It's not the solution to kill a group of people because you don't like them. But why? Well, because you need to stay in like... So I'm a bit older than most people. Like you guys are basically my age too, most of you. No one's killing anyone. Yeah, I know. But I said, like, you need to differentiate and hear what I said. I said, if it was a joke, then I don't think it is. But if you really mean it, then yes. Meaning it means that your intent is to harm people. And so at that point, you are a danger to society because you're trying to spread it. Fuck cakes, just kidding. That's what I mean. You know, that's how I see it. But how can you know intent from joke? That's difficult to say. That's not my place to tell this. Someone else would have to make that decision. Even if you mean it, you're still not killing anyone. Yeah, I know. Still. It's history from Germany. And, like, I don't know if you're German or not. So it's difficult for you to tell or to speak about this if you're not a German. But as a German myself... I know of the severity of what happened. We have been taught that in school. And something like that should never happen again. And so these things are not... You shouldn't take these things so lightly. Everyone knows the severity of it. Yeah, but you're not living under the German flag. You haven't grown up under the German flag. So as a German, right, you always come into contact with this. Like, I still remember playing my first MMORPG, and there was this one guy who just kept making, like, comparisons to, like, Germans and the Nazi time and stuff like that, and how Germany will always be under guilt and stuff like that. It kind of triggered me back then. Now I really don't care anymore, right? Because ultimately this guy was a dumbass, or there's so many dumbasses on the internet. But people just, you know, people still think about that. It's still there. And so there's a lot of Germans that feel a tremendous amount of guilt. And so that is why my reaction to this is what I just said. Is that the right decision? Probably not. But that's how I feel. You asked me on my opinion. Okay, that might not be the right opinion, but that's how I see it. If your intent is to have that, if you have these thoughts, you should you should be locked up and maybe see a psychologist, because that's not the solution.
By Pi 94.
However,
when we
I can
say
see
we
that
love
people
you, it's
don't like
true.
to be
And when we rude,
changed.
we are joking. This
Like,
is
we have
the
a
same
culture
for
here.
everyone in chat. It's fact.
When we say we love you, it's true. And when we are rude, we are joking. This is the same for everyone in chat. It's fact. Yeah, I know you guys love me. I know you guys want me to succeed, which is, you know, I don't say this too often, or maybe often enough, but I really appreciate everyone that's here and that's just taking part of the general conversation and part of basically being here and the journey, you know, the journey towards becoming a game developer and basically being a public game developer that is streaming. Bit sappy, bro? What does sappy mean? You need to explain me what sappy is. He's not oblivious. I don't think anyone with the same mind thinks that Nazis were good, but it's still kind of bullshit.
When
Again,
we say we love you, we are joking, and when we rude, it's true. This is the same for everyone in chat. It's fact.
I appreciate it a lot, Mr. Amida, by the way. You have already spent 500 bits. Thank you so much. It's insane, man. And I would like to talk to you in the future about making changes to the website, bro. I would like to make some changes maybe with you or something. Maybe we can talk or something. Because in preparation for the demo. Because we, you know, we need to farm them viewers for Twitch. You know?
Thank you, Pikachu.
Come to me when you want, yeah. We need to farm more viewers on Twitch so that there are more people playing the demo. We need to advertise it. You know? In that sense, though, I have a question for you guys. Maybe you guys know this, and you know, it will kind of be like me doing the same thing. But you know how Pirate Software has like this animated overlay on his stream, where there's a bunch of bits and subs falling down, and there's like a bit goal. I would like to do something like that. Jackie Coates has that too, but I would like to do it more subtle. Like basically in a smaller size, not so that it doesn't take as much on screen. Do you know what they use for that? You guys have any idea what they use? Not me. It's not just Germany. Most of the most of the Europe, any hint of racism is shunned upon. Even jokes are not tolerated. So like racism is different than not wanting your culture be invaded by another culture and be forced to have your culture adapt to the culture that is coming to your country. So in Germany, we Germans, okay, in general, we are very, let's not say lonely, but we are very direct. We are punctual. We don't like having visitors over very often or for very long. And when people visit us on the table, we put a bottle of water and 2 glasses. Okay, so that's essentially our culture. We are very mean in a way. Okay, so that's how people see us in like a cold, mean way. That is our culture. That's how we feel best. And when some other people come into our country and they force their culture on us, which I guess is what people are saying is happening, obviously you wouldn't like that, because like we have been here before. That's our culture. Like if you come to us, you should adapt to our culture. You could still do your own thing, but don't make us change. For what reason? So, and I don't think that's racist, because ultimately when it starts affecting you, you wouldn't like that as well, right? So that's how I see it. And yeah. So for example, like my wife is Albanian, and these people, when you go to their house and you visit like a friend, they have like everything there. It's like a big party. They have so much food and drink. They ask you, are you fine? Do you want to drink something? You want to eat something? Is everything okay? Like they basically treat you like a king, and so they expect that in return. Okay, and you know how much fucking work that is. I hate that so much, you know, because like I always have to do so many fucking chores whenever we get visitors. Oh my god. And it's really annoying, right? So, but that's their culture, and I happen to marry an Albanian woman. But holy, if I was like, so like Germans wouldn't like to do that a lot, you know. So yeah, I wouldn't want that to be forced on me. Hope your wife is not home. No, she's not home. That's not being German, that's being called lazy. No. By the way, Pikachu, thank you very much for 200 bits earlier, man. So much, thank you, man. Acceptance is not he needs to do the culture thing yourself, but you need to respect it. Yeah, that's what I mean. So for me, like, the point I wanted to make is that I just feel very uncomfortable because it's not my culture, right? So when I'm around a lot of, let's say, Albanian people, and they speak their language and they basically do what they do in their traditional like way, in their culture way, and I'm just part of it, I just don't really feel at home, let's say that, okay? Because for me it's different. I didn't grow up that way, okay? And so I respect it and I find it funny and find it cool what they do, but for me that's not the maximum level of comfortness, essentially, because that's not, that's just it's a different culture, right? That's just how I operate, and I'm pretty sure many other Germans too. We should have his wife create an account and send her clips. German culture equals dead jokes, dead food, dead beer. What does that mean? If America and Europe didn't go to the Middle East and Africa, they won't get browns and blacks there. What? Bad, that equals bad. Lol, I see bad jokes, bad food, bad beer. What do you mean? Germany has the best beer. What are you talking about? Are you stupid? Is this guy dumb? This guy's actually stupid, guys. He thinks that Germany has bad beer. Okay, bro. Alright, guys, let's do some programming. So anyways, that's how I see it. And, yeah. I think the problem is essentially that we are overloaded. There's so many people coming in and we just don't know how to handle it properly. I have nothing against people fleeing war and then coming here, obviously. But it's like it needs to be done in a smart way. And not the way it is currently done. Whether that be... Because ultimately... I think a lot of why the immigrants are starting to be angry and they're starting to, like, essentially, as far as I heard, there's like a lot of immigrants do, how do you say that in English? Straftaten begehen in Englisch halt. A lot of immigrants begehen Straftaten halt in English. Commit crime, yeah, thank you. A lot of immigrants commit crimes, like the percentage of German crimes committed is leaning more towards immigrants than Germans.
Dead game, Kappa.
No, guys, just wait. Just wait, I'm telling you. Just wait. And so I think that's not happening because per se these people are bad people, but they are being put into a situation where they have to do it and where they are totally unhappy with the situation. If you had to live in a situation like this, when you're coming from a country maybe where you had your own house, but you had to leave because of war, and now you're living in a tent with, let's say, 10 other people, maybe you wouldn't think this so great either. No, guys, you have to understand that for someone to get radical or for someone to do something drastic, oftentimes there's also a reason. Okay, you can't just look at the result and say this is a bad person. So for example, why do people commit robberies in certain parts of countries, and especially in very arm in English, poor parts of countries? So did he, like, I'm not saying that there are no bad people in the world, bro. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if there's a bunch of people that start to do something, listen, I just don't think so many people are bad per se, okay? That's how I see it, okay? So and oftentimes I try to look for a reason first before blaming someone, okay? Because you need to always ask why. Now, obviously, I know that this bad parenting, what if they didn't have parents because they were killed in a war, you know? But can we save them all? I don't know if we can. I don't even know if that's our responsibility. But at least we could try. So, but again, I don't tolerate that at all. You come to our country and you decide to commit a crime, I think you should be gone. That's how I see it, because that's not great. You shouldn't do that. Like, I know that situation here is bad, but you're not living in a war. Like, that situation is bad. This stuff is really bad. I saw the tents, you know, they looked like shit. I wouldn't want to live there too. But at least there's no war here, so there's like a trade-off.
Countries take refugees without caring about the aftermath. These people most of the time won't even get the right to work, so they get a little money and can't even work to get more. What do you expect if some people start doing crimes? It is not right and IT should be punished. But the gov has responsibilities in that point
Yeah,
too.
that's how I see it too. So like, I think that's ultimately what should happen. And I don't want to be quick to blame like individuals. Obviously there's a moral compass that everyone should follow, right? So you don't commit crimes, even if you have a bad situation. But I can see how frustrating it can be. And like, that's the last thing I'm gonna say about this, and then we need to move on, because yeah, otherwise we're gonna blabber all day. My wife has been in Germany for 6 years, and recently she had to get a permanent German passport. I think that's what it's called, like an Ausweis in English. And she needed that for her work, okay? At a certain time frame, the work is asking her, well, did your passport get renewed? Do you have a new passport? Stuff like that. And she needs to go to something that's called the Immigrant Center, Ausländerbehörde, Immigrant Center. And then these people give you a Termin in English. God damn it! Fucking yeah! Okay, they give you an appointment. Okay? They like, you go there and you ask for someone to give you an appointment. Then they give you an appointment. You go and you ask them, okay, can my passport be renewed? Stuff like that. Okay, I just hate it, man. Like, I want to speak freely. So when I don't know the words, and she had to wait for this thing for literally months. The person that was supposed to give her an appointment never responded. She went there in person, she wrote an email, she asked her lawyer to do something, to go there and speak to them in person, because she looks like, you know, like a foreigner, stuff like that. They didn't give jack shit. And so she had to fear losing her job because these assholes wouldn't reply. So what do you do in this situation? You've been living in a country for 5 years. You've been working for 5 years. And you are about to get a permanent passport, but these assholes don't respond to you at all? Where's she from? Albania. Hello there. Thank you very much for the raid, Robotic Cat. Good morning. Bureaucracy? No, man. Like, if I go somewhere, I get a response immediately. I don't get this. I have never had the treatment happen to me. Not once. Not a single time. Anything I did. Never. This only happens to my wife. So your wife is now a criminal? Yeah. She's stealing people's money, exactly. She's going out of town and then, you know, stealing purses. Oh, man. No, they finally, her lawyer managed to get an appointment, and then we had to pay the lawyer 500 euros. So that she could get a German passport. After 5 years of working here. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's crazy, huh? Yep. So, like, oftentimes when people talk about the aftermath, they leave out these details, which are very important. And I only know that because I have an Albanian wife. Now she has a German passport. It's unlimited, essentially. Okay, the unlimited edition, guys. Which means she doesn't have to deal with these assholes anymore. But she had to deal with them for 5 years. The politics are more and more immigrant every year. Yeah. Anyways, so that's essentially it. Really fucking annoying. Did she get the DLC sub passport? Yeah. She got all the DLC. Schnitzler. Anyway, so what are you working on? Okay, so let's move, let's go back. Opinions on this. Okay, let's click on this. And then, guys, we really need to move on here, okay? We need to make progress on the game. I know it's Friday, you know. What the fuck? I don't want to talk some weird shit, but if I met Cakez, I could surely rape him. He's 85 kilograms and 190 centimeters. I'm smaller than him, but I know how to work my center mass. He wouldn't stand a chance. I don't want to rape Cakez, just saying. You shouldn't use the rape word, bro. What the fuck? What's wrong with this guy? What is he saying? I didn't even see that. What the fuck, bro? Obsessed? Yeah, living rent-free or something. I don't know. Goodness. Holy. This guy, thank you very much for following. Okay, you guys, are you ready? It is time. We're gonna do some programming. Again, we talked about... actually, we didn't talk about this. Let's get this over here. Move this away. We were talking about the UI. And this is updating the hero, and this is animating the hero, and I need to make sure that I use the correct time for the enemies as well. So we just did a commit and push, and what I want to change first is something that I talked about much earlier, which is whenever we are animating an entity, I want attack speed to also increase how fast we use abilities or how fast we use skills. Over a long time ago, I had a thing called cast time that I added into the game. And there are still some remnants of it, the game using it, but I don't want to use it anymore. Instead of cast time, I just want to have the attack time. Because the cast delay over here, this one is using the attack speed and a basic cast time for abilities. And so essentially, I want to use the cast time or the attack time as like a timer, essentially. And then the attack time is also used for normal attacks. Basically no disconnect. And you can see that this change already forces a bunch of changes in the game or on the stats for these units. And they are mostly affecting enemies. So we need to get rid of those instances and then fix the code where... There you go. So for example, cast time is being set to 0 when we are transitioning. I think the entity.attack time has to be set to 0 then instead of the cast time. Now this already did. No, wait, it's supposed to be attack time. This is interesting. If I'm switching from attacking to using an ability, if doesn't have a wife, where did the baby come from? I do have a wife. What are you talking about, Scott? We'll have to see if this is something we need to do. Because maybe we don't. And this is where I want to make a diagram of the different states that I have in the game. For heroes and for enemies. So a hero has different states. So we can attack. We can idle. We can use a skill which is, let's just say S. And I guess we can run. Heroes never run. They don't go there. And then we have certain fields. We have the attack time and the animation time. So, the data is essentially attack time and animation time. Now, we need to figure out what is used. For a hero, we use, for the idle, we use the animation time. Using skills and attacking is using the attack time. And we don't run, so... But that would use the animation time. The animation time would be used for running. Which currently we don't have running heroes. Now, let's take a look at enemies. So that would be hero. Let's go over enemy. The reason why I need to write that down is because I don't have a mental overview of how it's working currently properly. So we have the idle animation, We have the attack animation, we have the use skill animation, and we have the run animation. So in this case, the animation time here is used for running. The attack time is used for attacking. And then we had a cast time, which was using this. This was using cast time, I think. Let's just write that. I think that's faster. So this was using cast time. Can you see this? Yeah. Now, I want to remove cast time. I don't like it. I think it's not needed. I think I want to use attack time. And now here's the question that I need to ask myself. If I do this, right? If this is the new one that I set up now. Okay. And we can take a look at the transition animation code. Right? The transition animation code is right here at the bottom. You can see that I'm setting the attack time to 0. Now, when I'm attacking, usually what I do is I wait. How can I visualize this? When I'm attacking... Hello, Yova. Hope you're doing good. Good morning, bro. When I'm attacking, I have my timer go from here, let's say from 0 to... Or basically I count down from the delay to 0. And so in this situation here, what would happen is I always do the time minus delta time. And so what I would end up with is something like here. Or I would have like a couple of... It could be lower than 0, my animation time. This could be lower than 0. This is the animation time. It could be like minus 0.02 or something. That's what it could be. Fuck, man. Sorry. It could be like some really small number. And so, that's supposed to be a minus. Okay, a minus. Now here's the problem with the code. If the animation time is a minus and I set it back to 0, and now I'm switching over to using a skill, so I go with this animation time, I switch over to using a skill, I set it to 0, now I lose this part. This is what I lose. So essentially, I lose time. It is not a 100% accurate representation of using the skill, because I basically invested too much time into the attack, and I feel like that time that I've invested too much into the attack, maybe that should carry over to using a skill. What do you guys think? Or should I just not worry about this, set it to 0, and then start using the skill? Is that what you guys understand what I mean? How does Unity does this? How does Unity handle such a situation? Could you guys follow what I just said, or was that too far-fetched for you? It's like too high IQ gameplay programming stuff. But is game dev a real job and not just some pre-isekai title of anime characters? Game dev is a real job, bro. Too far-fetched for chat. I had the stream muted because I watched a video. It's just like in real life. Just like in real life, you know, I explain something that's really high IQ and no one listens. Or Zoe just interrupts me because she's screaming. Too high spaghetti code consideration. It has nothing to do with spaghetti code, bro. Oh, goodness. Zoe actually understands it. She's the real 5 at here. Sorry, Cakes. Can you repeat all that? I've seen too many memes of parents saying their son just unemployed lazy person when the son is trying to say he's actually aspiring game dev. I don't know, man. I think making... We're gonna talk about this later, because Fluffy Potato is a really cool game developer, in my opinion. As a teenager, he already earned $6,000. I think it was $6,000 making games. He's one of the coolest people I know. Or not to know, but I have seen on the internet. I think that's so smart. Just like with Who Am I, who made a tower defense game while he was at university, getting a bachelor's degree and then writing a thesis about AI in games. Learning AI in games. And that is basically something that he implemented in his game too. I think that's so smart, man. These people are so good. It's awesome. Like, it's very cool. I don't know, man. I think if the son is aspiring game dev and he's just not successful, well, maybe as a parent it is your job to help him, because you're the parent. Like, I feel like that, to me, that just sounds like lazy fucking parents, man. You can't expect all teens to do that. No, you can't expect them, nor can't you force them. But I'm saying that this is cool. I'm not saying that all teens should do that, because not everyone wants to be a game dev, of course. What I'm saying, though, is that this is inspiring and cool. But the parents have no idea what a game developer is? Well, then the parents are fucking dumbasses. That's what I see. That's how I see it. So, for example, if my daughter will be interested in... what do I hate? Like, what do I totally just don't care about at all? God. Guys, what is some girly stuff? Not OnlyFans. Stop it. Makeup. Yes. So let's say my... Oh, God. No. Let's say she... Please not. She's totally into makeup and she wants to do stuff with makeup. Right? Oh, God, please not. Like some beauty stuff and blah, blah, blah. So my job as a parent is to educate myself and help her. Hairdressing. Arsony. Arsony, okay, bro. Sup? I don't get it. Hello there, Mr. G3. Guys, I'm getting distracted too much. Come on. Stop it. She wants to be a beauty content creator on Instagram. Oh, no, please not. Please not. Please something valuable. Like, I know why these people do it, you know, earn money while you can and then use the money later on. It's kind of smart move, but you're also giving away a lot of your personal... things, you know, privacy and stuff. Hello, Mr. Collector of Stuff Game Dev. Hello there, Dan Garrett. Good morning, Cakez. While you build your own practice like a dev or anything else, you should have a day job until you make it. If you can't focus on two things at the same time, you probably would have failed anyway. Yeah, that's what I think so too. You should keep your job. Anyways, so my problem is that cast time or animation time here, attack time, will be negative, and then we switch over and we use the animation time to animate using a skill. Cast time, so we don't need that. We need the attack time though. What is he using? Huh. There we go. So this one here, get cast delay. We should call this get attack delay. Or maybe ability delay, but okay, cast, and that would be attack time. And then done casting ability. Done casting ability. Transitions to running. We don't need that. And then let's see, if we are using a skill, then we need to use the attack time. Is there any other place where we use the attack time that I have not seen at the moment? No, we don't. Okay, so the reason why I had attack time back then is because I was attacking and using skills. But I forgot. Enemies, they don't attack anymore. So this right here is just not happening at the moment because there is no attack. So they're only going between running and using abilities. And that's fine then. If I transition back to running, my animation... Okay, that's awesome. Okay, I think that should still work. We just remove the cast time. That's the first thing to do. Now, the cool thing is in animate entity... Where's this? Animate entity. Now only changes the animation time. Which, since we, as heroes, we don't run... And which means we can do our first thing, update level. Where's this? Over here, when we are running the level, this is when I want to update collision boxes, damaging areas, and active abilities. And stuff like that. Let's see here. But then it's also not ticking. But we have a game tick counter, I think. Yeah, we need to use the tick counter for the game for that. We need to have 2 tick counters. Okay, first we need to figure out how we do this. So I only want to actually update them, but we also need to animate. So I think updating these should also give us a quad that we draw that's animated. Let's go through this one by one. What if we do this? If the level state is level state preparation state, then we need to have like we need to have like some sort of update delta time. We set that to 0. That's how I see it. And then where's this? The delta time here. Update level. Maybe at a higher scope. Cakez shorts are meant to bring value, not mindless capture your mindless scrolling. That's an oops typo. You were exactly too short. It will be a good one. What are you guys saying? I think while you build your own practice like dev, anything should have a day job. Oh yeah, there will be a shot. Yeah. All right, let's see. We need to have this update delta time. And then these need to take into account the update delta time, or we need to do something else. Why are you making a tower defense? That's kind of niche. I mean, potential customers low with respect to other genres. Because I like tower defense games, that's why. I want to make a game I like making, and I can... So the reason why I'm making a tower defense game and I don't quit is because I like doing it. And so during struggling times, which, you know, I do have all the time, I'm convinced that this is what I want to do, and I'm happy that I can do it. I'm happy that I have the opportunity to work on something that I see not only great value in, but that I see a future in. And that happiness ultimately outweighs all the difficult parts of game development. That's why I'm making a tower defense game. Because ultimately, I wanna play this game. And if I don't do it, no one will do it. If I don't make the game, no one will make it. That is my game. Let's see. Let's think here. Let's take this one by one. I want to animate an active ability, but I don't want to decrease the timer for the active ability. I want to keep looping the active ability because I want to animate it, but I don't want to increase the timer or decrease the timer. And for entities too. So let's do this one by one. Entities. I want to update my hero. Man, that's difficult, bro. My brain is just... Okay. Let's think. What is physics in layer? Damage timer. Calculate layer. I feel like this right here, while being a function, maybe... So for example, I want a buff to continuously animate, but I don't want the buff to tick down. Damn. Yeah, we need to fix that. Okay, this is gonna require 100% of my attention. Calculate the timers. Yes, so we have this delta time here. And so, for example, when I'm updating my hero, I still want to animate the idle pose. So, animating the entity. Suck my cocks. Hello there, mister. And hello there, sir. What are you looking at, bro? That's difficult, bruh. How do I do this? I just don't want to supply another time. What's the problem? The problem is... Let's draw this. Maybe it's easier. So I have the level. Okay. The level. So. And I have two states. I can be in the prepare state. The prep state. And I can be in the running state. Now in the prepare state, I want to still idle. I want to animate. So for example, what do I want to animate? Buffs. And AoE abilities, or like, I don't know, puddles. Hey Travis Roman, good morning. Puddle, hey. Hope you're doing good, bro. Puddles. Essentially just
Am
the
I
visuals.
so out of touch?
Okay.
No,
Sumo31 just subscribed.
Hey, my man, thank
Big
you.
Sick support for 12 years.
Thank you. I appreciate it, bro. My man. And then when the game's running, I still want to animate, but I want to actually update. I want to update. And I want to animate. Both. Now, what I don't want is this. I don't want to have update hero and draw hero or animate hero. I don't want this. Because I think that's stupid. Have a nice weekend, Mr. Lolboy. My man, see you next week, bro. Thank you so much for joining. Attach a bit mask to every animation entity and check if the game state with the game state if it matches. So I feel like what I need to do here on update hero is to have like an update time and an animation time. Update delta time and animation delta time. That would be a solution. Because then when I'm animating, why do you need a separate animation delta time? So here's the problem, okay? Let's say we are done running and we are currently... How do I explain that? Let's say we are currently running, okay? But there is no unit next to me, so my unit is in idle. Okay? That has a certain animation frame. Let's say idle index or idle frame. Let's do this. Let's do it like this. Idle. The idle frame is 4 because the anim time is 0.6 or something seconds. Okay, out of 1 second. Okay. This is what we have currently. Idle frame 4 out of, let's say, I don't know, what is that? 1 second out of 10. No, wait, idle frame 4 out of 6 because animation time is 0.6 out of 1. Now, this animation time needs to be increased by delta time. Oh man. Good morning, Mr. Cakez, lot of code, master of Tangy. Good morning, sir, Silas TV. And in order to do that, and in preparation, I still want to increase that time as well. Because I want to idle. But the problem happens, actually this is not the problem. If this is happening at all times, okay. When I'm swapping the animation, I guess I set the time to 0, huh? When I'm switching the animation back to idle. And then I use that time. So I need 2 timers essentially. I need an animation time or idle time. Let's first let's rename this. What is happening here? Yeah, let's rename what we need to do. In the game.h, animation time, that should be idle time. There you go. Now we call it idle time. What do you think? I have a regular loop that I have a render loop that renders all meshes in the screen. Each component adds and removes itself in the scene. Each component has its own loop in which it changes its state. Maybe catch up with some of those games. This might be a Monday assignment. You should start doing something advanced on. You shouldn't start doing. No, I want to do this. I'll collect off stuff. I appreciate the offer or the idea. I want to do this now because it gets me closer to a demo version. And I think getting out my demo version will make me so tremendously happy and proud that I'll be like on cloud 9. Okay, in my opinion, or not opinion, for me the demo version is everything at the moment. I want that demo version so much. Motivation boost, yes. I want to see the stats on the demo. I want to see the playtime. I want to see improvement. I want to see that the 2 years I worked on have bear fruits. And I want to see more positive feedback. And also I want to start advertising my game the way it is. And so I want to finish it to a playable state so that I can ship it out to you guys and get feedback from you guys. And there are certain things I need to do that. And I'm now ready to basically put in drive mode and do the things that I need to do, which weren't possible to do for me because I was always stuck with some OpenGL problem, some lighting problem, some stuff. We're getting so close. There are still some nooks and crannies that we have to iron out, but that's what I need to do. And so that's what we will do today, 100%. And so I need to make sure that this is basically, this is polished. This needs to be polished and it needs to make sense. And it's not easy to think about this, which is why I'm thinking a lot about this. Also, I think let's move here, like update enemy. I think their idle animation and the running animation uses the idle time. So let's see, enemy follow path. If we are using a skill, then we're returning. We're transitioning to running, and following the path is probably using wait, no, that's using speed. Wait a minute, I'm stupid. Not here. Animating the entity. Yeah, running uses now the idle time, which I think is a bad name. So we need to change that back to animation time. That is a good name. So we have animation time and attack time. Animation time is now just used for 2 states. This one for enemies is used for running and idling. Now, okay, fine. That's totally okay. This is where we animate here. We get the animation index from here. So what I need to do essentially is when we are idling, this is for my Tangies as well. So let's say enemies and heroes can idle. I need to make sure that this animation time is increased by not this delta time. Sorry, not this delta time, because this delta time has to be 0 when I'm pausing the game or when I'm in this preparation state. So when I'll show you what I mean, guys. I'll explain to you the issue. This right here is the problem. Should this be AI in the UI pass? Yeah. Shit, man. Okay. You guys need to remind me of this. What the fuck just happened? Okay. Luis, thank you very much for following. Luis balding? Damn. Damn, you're balding? Maybe you could do like a Jason Statham type of haircut? You will find a solution in the toilet in 3 hours from now. You are fighting for nothing. Yeah, maybe I will, but I still need to go through this. Anyways, so here's the problem. Look. P. War banner. This is the problem. You see him using this ability? You see this? Just wait. He keeps using it, even though currently the game is not updating. So this timer should not increase or decrease. The flag, if used, should stay there indefinitely until I press the button to play. Until I press the button to start. This should not happen. This is bad for the player. This is what we need to fix today. And we can only fix this by using our brain a lot. A lot. It will be a slow process, my brothers, but we have to go through this, okay? I have a hot take. Yeah, Jeetsa, you have a hot take. First and foremost, long time no see, my brother. Hope you're doing good. It's awesome to see you back here, bro. Welcome. My man. That will be an issue then. Yeah, this is an issue. I know. So, on update hero, for example... Well, we can do update hero. And then we just don't animate. But I feel like we need to have 2 delta times. Let's just take a look at what we did yesterday with apply banners. The banners themselves, when they are placed, okay, let's say the banner is placed. I take their timer. Where is this? Oh, it applies the banners to the heroes, yeah. Has been a while since I watched. Game looking good. Oh, Pogo enthusiast. That's awesome to hear, bro. Welcome. Get a job now. This game is doomed. You know what? You're gonna be the first one today to take a 5-minute break, my brother. You know, you can think about what you said in this corner right there. Okay? Go. And then come back. And maybe apologize. Makey Ways, thank you very much for following. I want a break too. You want a break too? You want to go into the other corner for 5 minutes? Not in the same corner, because I don't want you guys talking there, okay? You can get in the one to the far right there. In the back. Sure. You want a break too? Okay, how long? 5 minutes too? Alright. I guess I'm running out of corners. I have one last corner behind me there. But that's it, okay? There you go. How's it going? How did they approve on YouTube? Slow but steady, let's say that. Okay, I have an idea, guys. Updating the hero and animating it are 2 different things. I can animate the hero always. But about updating the weapon, we need to do that too. So for example, regeneration. When I have regeneration on me, that would be... Well, it's just applying the regeneration, right? It doesn't... Yeah, it applies the regeneration. And then applying abilities. In this case, what does it even do? Nothing. It does nothing. So essentially all of the abilities increase their cooldown. So that would be another one. Apply abilities. That would be updating abilities. But we could have an ability that is active. But then that would be an active ability on everyone. Let me think really quickly. So if I have an ability myself that makes me stronger, well, we do need to have this apply ability, but then we need to have update ability. We need to do this here. Let me think. Get ability cooldown. I want you to increase my English level in good C++ vibe. Thank you. Oh, Everdream. That's awesome, bro. Give me the corner, moron. I want this. No, I'm out of corners. I spent, like, I'm not gonna put anyone in front of me. You're gonna stare at me, bro. Absolutely not. The corner's not far enough away. I'm literally against the wall. Why do you have jeans on a stick? That's not jeans on a stick. What are you talking about? But like, Rebel Decibel always comes in with some weird takes. Okay, so we are still in the planning phase for this delta time stuff here. So like, the reason why I'm taking my time with this also is because I can rush a solution, but I don't want to have to revisit this problem. I want to be done. I'm like, okay, I'm done. That's how it's gonna be. So I need to make sure that I'm doing this right. So, for example, I might have buffs. Like, guys, have you ever played Skyrim and you had a war cry? And that war cry gave you, let's say, I think for orcs it's like 100% more damage for a couple of seconds. And so an ability like that, I guess that would be a buff though. An ability would apply a buff. And then currently I don't have toggled abilities. So toggling abilities. I don't think I'm gonna have toggled abilities though, do I? Well, a toggled ability would just create an active ability. So I don't think I'm gonna apply abilities. The thing is, right now I don't have apply abilities, which means the only thing I need, by the way, is instead of calling it apply abilities, it's called update abilities. And then a center, we don't need that. Skills section.
I love Cakez, dirty dog fucker, no soap, no skill, no original ideas, Bloons steal a
Cakez so smart, thank you.
Blue, no knowledge, no games released, no good text, no code, dumb idiot react. Fuck off, stop streaming, okay champ.
Tcap, I have a question. What do you think about your high feather game? Are you going to continue working on it or not? Now, have you decided that maybe it's not worth it? Maybe it's not, I don't know what to do with it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because I've not seen you stream the development of it. What do you guys think in chat about Tcap's game now that you have, you know, you've had like some time to calm down after the first initial phase? Hive, Havoc. So let's see, when did you last update this? It's not getting enough traction, isn't it? This one right here. When was the last update? Yo, okay, 21 days ago. Oh, that's a long time. Wow, damn, time flies. It's crazy. Definitely better than... Okay, you're getting banned. See you in 5 minutes. I didn't ask for a comparison. I asked for your thoughts on this. Was too funny. And so my honest opinion, and I don't know if I'm the only one, I don't like... I think whoever had the idea for these hives, that makes the game worse. These hives make the game worse. Because look what I'm doing. Look what I'm doing. It defeats the purpose of movement speed and the game. And that's all you want to do early on. Look at this. I think the moment this was implemented in the game got worse. That's my honest opinion. While before it was all about actions, now you just dash to these and you grab your dick and do something else. Anyways, so that's my like essentially I think that's what made this version worse. And I think without those hives it would make it better. Like maybe hives should be an upgrade. Get damage and they die fast, but the point is that you move. The point is not that you stand still. It doesn't matter how much damage you get early on. And then you're forced to take damage early on as well. because these basically mean that they are the best resource to take early on. So you still want to take them. Let's say you want to go for drones, you still have to go next to them because the drones are stupid. So anyways, that's my opinion. I might be totally wrong on this, but for me, the earlier version was much more interesting than this. Because of that. Alright guys, let's see. Do we keep this here? Ability flags, this one used to animate enemies, abilities being of cooldown. I think I'm gonna keep this, because this is what I could use for my UI. And then this goes away. Okay, so this is called update abilities now. Anyway, so yeah, I can see what you mean. Would it be too hard, TCAP, to put maybe the original version or this version on Steam? Like maybe you can do, like you do stream quite long. Why don't you make a donation goal and just see if you can make a really fast Steam page, and then see how much traction you get on Steam. You know, and maybe you get decent traction. And like as a streamer, you have like the what do you call that? Den Vorteil in English, that you can just ask your audience to help you. If, let's say, you don't have the means yourself. And then you basically can crowdfund the $100 for Steam and see if Steam feedback is better. You know, what we talked about with the other video that we watched, the play with Rucifer. These guys. No, like, I mean it. I think that's a huge advantage. That not many people have. Kickstarter for the $100 should be pretty fast. Not a Kickstarter. Not crowdfunding per se. Like a donation goal on stream. And then just say, like, you know, and see. Just upload a version that's already there. I think it's good enough for Steam. I think it's too small of a game. In my opinion, the original version of the game, without the hives, but including the updated UI, is good enough for Steam. Without the hives, the current version, I think, is good enough for Steam, yeah. And then I would put the hives as an upgrade. Because I feel like hives break the speed of the game. They make it slower. Which is ultimately not what you want. You want to move around fast. Yeah. I think so, yes. I think it would be better than my demo version. Cakez, how much would you say your game is developed at this point for release? I mean, difficult to say. I can't really put a number on it because I don't know what's gonna come. Anyways, okay, let's see. Update abilities takes in delta time. Now, okay, currently in update abilities, we just have a delta time. Fine. Oh, I hate that so much. Just go back, bro. Okay, wait. Here it is. Now. Update abilities. Apply buffs. So, for example, here. Apply buffs is the best candidate to start. We apply the buffs and we increase their tick timer. Oh, this is where we increase the tick timer. So that would mean...
Gotcha, bitch!
We would need to have a function called update buffs. Where it just ticks them. And then, yeah. Update buffs and apply buffs. But I don't want to loop them twice. That's kind of bad, isn't it? So I think the best solution is to have an update timer, an update delta time, and an animation delta time. Why am I saying this? Because take a look at Bleed. No, Bleed is the worst example for this. It can work for Bleed too. But let's take a look at... Burning. Burning... Eh? Where it applies the burning buff. But it doesn't... It doesn't draw the buff. Oh, I see, because I do this in the UI. Bleed drop particle emitter when? Yeah, the bleed drop particle emitter, for example, is what we do in Bleed. We have that here. Blood drop effect. That spawns one of these. How many buffs will you have? Looping them twice should be fine. Yeah, but I kinda... So what I'm looking for here in this scenario is an easy to extend interface. If I have two functions in the game that say update buff and draw buff, I make a change, I need to change two places. If I make the decision, if I make a smart decision now, I have one place to update, to change. And I can see everything in one place. I do not want to separate this. I think that's bad. I already have the problem, and you can see this here with bleed and think that's really bad. In bleed, I draw a blood drop effect when I'm updating the bleed. Okay. Now let's mark this go here and then do draw buffs. I have a draw buffs function that currently is a completely disconnected burning buff that I draw. You see what I mean? Like, it's completely, like, all over the place. And so, maybe, just maybe, okay, if we mark this as B and jump back to A, maybe I have a function that is called apply buffs or update buffs. And in this function, I not only update the buffs, but I also draw them. So, for example, this is when I deal damage. This is depending on the tick timer here. And I could supply how would that even work?
Gotcha, bitch.
Hello, Olas, good morning. Can you use events to tick active buffs? I think you think it's good enough. I think your game mostly needs more strategy dev. I played it for hours and it was getting repetitive. Still, I put more than 6 hours on it, and it was so cheap on it. So as a cheap game, it should be on Steam. It could be on Steam, but as a more expensive game, I expect more. See, that's what I mean. He could bring out a demo version on Steam right now and gauge the interest. He could set up a Steam page, put the demo version that you can see it at the very top. Exactly like this, essentially. Where is it? Put it up like this. Let's see. Let me see here. Play with Crucifer. I think they have this set up the same way. Let's see. Videos. Oh, there we go. Maybe this. Steam store. There we go. That's what I was trying to find. I forgot the name. Backpack Battles. This is what you should set up. This right here. Demo. You need to have a button like this. Not a blue button to the right. A button like this. And then this, obviously, you won't have that because your game is not early access. Right? You have this button here at the very top. They're just like Cakez, TD, Steam. Just like me. Put this up at the very top. Boom. And then see how many people play this demo. Gauge the interest. See how many people play it. And then if you see that people play it a lot, maybe work on a demo page, an external demo page, where as you're farming wishlists with your current demo version, let's say the game is doing decently well. And I would say decently well is, let's say, 5 players a day, 6 players a day, more than 1 player a day, essentially. And you're gaining a decent amount of wishlists a day. Let's say that happens. Then I would work on a separate page, a demo page, so that you can bring out that page and basically make use of the one email wave that you're sending out to your wishlisters when you release the demo page. And you could do that within 2 weeks. And then you can gauge interest again. Maybe farm a lot more wishlists. That's what I would do. And so the only thing you need for this is $100. And the demo version, obviously, that's free, right? And then when you release the game, you decide how much are you gonna charge. But I think it would be a good idea. Yes, I just think it's a good thing to do, to be honest. All-time peak, 0. No, guys, you stupid. So, oh my god, stupid people. Like, I always need to tell you. So essentially, the TeamDB for the demo looks different, okay? All-time peak was 6, and the 24-hour peak was 1. Here you go. See, these are my players. And so this is what it looks like for me. The game itself has no peak because I never released it. The demo version is a separate entity from the game. You don't have anyone playing your game when you have a demo version out. People play your demo, and that's a separate page. It's the page for the demo. Okay? I know my game's shit, but I had a peak of 6.
Am I so out of touch?
Anyways, let's just move on here.
No.
Codingry just
It's terrible.
subscribed.
Oh, Codingry, thank you.
Support for 19 years. Great to be back to my favorite Vulkan stream. Please keep your functions shorter
Thank you very
than
much.
5 lines.
Big retard, don't
Let's see, what did Rogue Wolf Dev say? Oh, I see. Yeah, see, that's what I mean, TCAP. And again, since you're streaming, if you don't want to invest $100 yourself, maybe your community is willing to support you. You know, the people in chat. Maybe they're willing to support you to get to $100. Then you can just do that. I think it's worth a try, you know. Because ultimately, I think the game feels good. But I hate the hives. Like, that's my opinion. I hate the hives. But maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, let's just move on. Okay, so apply buffs. We have a delta time and... Oh god. Tick timer. Guys, what do we do, man? Fuck. I have a problem. Cakes, give him $100. I can't. I don't have that. He's working hard moderating for you all the time, removing emotes you don't like. He's working hard removing my timeouts. I've seen that. That's what he's doing. So he's basically working against me. Why would I pay someone to do that? I have a question here. I have a buff in the game. And I want to update that buff. Okay. The buff itself has some data. Its duration is 10 seconds. And the time is currently, that's a timer, 2. Let's make a good example. Let's tick 4 times. No, wait, let's tick 5 times, then that's 2. It is, then that 2 is a bad example. It's 1.9 right now. Seconds. 4 is better. 4 is better. So let's see. We have 2.4. No, that's a 4 seconds. Now update takes in a delta time or uses a delta time of 0.02. I mean, then it works. Shit. Give me a second here. think it will work. Hello, just watched your C++ journey video, very inspirational. I noticed that you also started with Bucky's tutorial, which I just finished a week ago, and I don't know what's next, DSA or GUI. What is DSA, my friend? Bro creation. Now looking for some tips on what's next step in my C++ journey. Well, make a game. Make a game, bro. You want to make a game, or what do you want to do? TCAP, I think the ants need to attack the main hive instead of the hive having... Instead of having too many and losing, the ants could steal the nectar from the hive. No sumo. No sumo. I had like a really cool idea, but guys, anyways, so like I have so many cool ideas, but yeah. First, we need to first see if it's like a really good game. Like I was thinking about bees stealing the nectar, enemy bees, and you have to defeat them. Let's see here. Oh, fuck, man. God damn it. How do I do this? Guys, I can't tick buffs. Or maybe I can? Am I just misunderstanding how buffs work? No, they work like that. Okay, guys, here's a question. Buff. We are frozen. Okay. We have a unit. We are frozen. Okay. The unit itself has a buff on itself. Frozen. Yeah, or chilled. Or chilled could be as well. Frozen or chilled. Chilled. Now, the unit itself has a positive buff on him. Which, for example, is... How does that work? Like a damage boost. Damage plus 25%. He has that buff on him. Okay. And that is lasting 10 seconds. Chilled means minus 20% speed. Should that affect this? Instead of it taking 10 seconds, now it takes 12 seconds. Because I'm moving slower. Of course not genius. No, this is not so obvious to me. Lamau, guys. These questions arise, okay? Shut the fuck up. How about you just answer my question? Frozen? Yeah, frozen. Okay, here an R is here. Frozen. You ready? You guys are happy? Mind chatter, YouTube. Hello there, sir. Good morning. What do you guys think? So the buffs themselves, the timers. Do you punch weaker if you can't move at all? No, like, I'm trying to figure out what is a good solution here, you know? Is Tangy frozen or it just has blue hair? Asking this chat a question is just like pulling nails. Okay. So what you guys are saying, the chilled buff shouldn't affect how often I tick.
I don't want to be like Cakez.
And since I call this more often, and so then apply buffs. Slow down, cooldown feels bad as a player, but feels good to apply enemies immo. I think it's over engineering. I think you should have a certain buffs that may be debuffed by chilled. That's the question. But then chill inadvertently of itself would also affect itself. So now, do you have two categories for buffs, positive and negatives? No, at the moment I don't. I just check whatever buff is on the unit and then I do something. So for example, if I'm bleeding, then I'm trying to see, okay, well, I'm bleeding. I need to tick damage here. And so I think what I need, guys, is this. We need to have an update delta time for buffs. Do we even use the delta time? Let's see here. What do we use delta time for? Nothing. Buffs don't operate on delta time. So what I probably need here is this then. Buffs can operate on these ticks. Then this should be called update buffs, but I also need to draw them. So it should be int tick. And then that would be update buffs. We update the buffs. I guess update and draw buffs. That's what it should be called. What do we do here? We supply a tick. How many ticks do we want to do? That I think this needs to be a bool, essentially. And I think what we can do here is, if the bool is true, then the buff ticks. If it's negative, it's 0, right? So plus equals tick turns into an int. Is that possible? Or do I have to also clamp it? We have to clamp the tick to 0 and 1, or is that obvious that this will either be 0 or 1? This is a question of operating systems. Will a bool on all operating systems either be 1 or 0? You need to move each one of those cases into their own function or class and create them when needed. They count down their own time. Why not use an if? Simple, readable. So what you're saying is, if tick, I should just do buff.ticktimer plus plus. You mean this? Yes. I mean, we can do this, fine. Yes. Okay, fine. So now that we know that we need to tick the buffs, we also need to draw them, of course. And I think we should start with something that's a little bit more easy. The burning buff, for example. Over here, I want to draw the buff. Draw the burning animated buff. And in this case, mark this as A and jump to B. This is what I draw currently. This is what it looks like. And so I can't use everything here. Collider origin, okay. It draws it on, not on the center, but on the collider origin. So we probably want to get that then. Get origin, rect collider, entity. There we go. There you go. I don't think we need burning already, so we can get rid of this. Why not use if? No, actually, I already read that. Send me $100 to buy your game cakes. What are you saying? To the free code. Guys, when I'm done with this, the game will feel so much better. Okay, I know this is very technical, but I think it's really important to get this stuff right. So we need to obviously draw the burning debuff always. And so that is the sprite that we want. And yesterday we managed to draw an animated sprite. Actually, I think we can just use the game time here. Because I think the game time is always increasing. The game time will always increase. Okay, guys, here's another question. Come on, this is one you can answer, 100%. We have delta time, or let's call it frame time in a game. Okay? And this frame time is how long the game needs to render, essentially. Just rendering the game. This is frame time. Now, in the game itself, we have what we call game time. Now, should the game time be increased by the frame time when it's paused? Let's say we have paused the game. We are currently on pause. Should we increase it by frame time? Should the frame time be increased? Should the game time be increased by frame time? I know one time that shouldn't be increased. That's the level time. That one should not. That one should definitely not be increased. Why would we do that? Because if I use the game time, I can use it as an animation timer to animate buffs. I can supply this time to an animate function and get myself back an animation index. Because it continuously animates even though the game's paused. I need to go to the bathroom really quickly, guys. I'm gonna let this run. Be right back. Wow, he is doing 6 damage. Yeah.
himself.
See
into
how
the pit
fast I
again.
got how far I got high. How high I got there.
Why does it take 10 days to search for intro time? Why is the program crashing if I search for intro time? Oh my god! I don't get the error. I did get the error. I did get the error yesterday, yes.
Do the dab on the furry haters? Sure. Ah.
We need new clips. Yeah, I know. I know. I feel like I'm so confused. Why do you need 3 separate times? Now, okay, so here's the... I know this is very technical, but bear with me here, okay? Now, I think we need at least the time for the game. The game time name is confusing. Yes. So we need to have different times. If the game is paused, I should not increase the game time. I shouldn't do this. I feel like walking into his own game. Wait, did that happen again? Thank you. Oh man, that's actually funny. Is it difficult to make animations on custom engine, or do you use a lot of design patterns? For example, when you open the box on the right, makes it animation, not just pop up the image. So you mean this animation right here? Is it difficult to make this animation? Why does this always happen, man? Stop it! Please! Stop fucking doing that to me every time I want to show something! God damn it, bro! I can't believe this! Game time plus equals delta time. Simulate. So, I see. So the game time gets updated when I'm updating the game. So when the game is paused, I'm not updating, and therefore the game time doesn't increase. When is the game's paused? The game's paused right now. Here. There's some other stuff here that's a bit odd. The game's paused right now. The game's paused right now as well. The game's paused right now too. So the game's paused. Easy to do in Godot. Listen. This has nothing to do with an engine. Has nothing to do with self-made engine, Godot, Unity, Unreal Engine. It has all to do with how you want to implement this. What you update, when. It is still your decision. Godot, guys, if I don't want to update my game, I set the delta time here to 0. That's fine. I can set delta time to minus and go a step back. Just check how Bloons did it. We did it earlier, bro. So we already did check that. However, if we are running the level, So what I feel like is, in order to move forward, I need to clean up the code once. Multiply the delta time with a constant depending on the state. Easy to fix if you include DEI. You mean more diverse heroes? I see. I get it now. Okay, I mean, let's see. Updating entities. They also need to update their buffs. Let's see here. Update enemies. Update hero. Let's go back to the buff situation. Update buffs. What is it? Oh, update and draw buffs, of course. Okay, let's see. Now, update and draw buffs has a boolean for tick. Let me see. In here, I can draw the animated buff using the game time. But what I want to do here is essentially a render quad. Quad. Here we go. Oh shit. Whoops. Like that. And then the sprite here would be this. The position would be collider origin. The previous position would be collider origin. Is that a problem? The size, I think it's... Oh, actually, it's this size here. Oh, Phil, good morning, bro. Hello there, sir. Draw data is this. There you go. Now that's the draw data, and then we do game state render quad. Game state render or quads dot add quad. There you go. And then this can go away. Oh, the animation time, of course. We need to animate it. Dot animation index is animate. I mean, we could do draw animated sprite and it's fine. Maybe we create a function for that. Animate. That takes in the time. Then the buff sprite dot frame count. And then the duration, which is 1 second. Damn, that's it? Is that it? Was this complaining? Was this complaining? Eh? What? Animation index. Oh, I see. Animation index is before this. I get it now. And I think that's it. There we go. Hi, Cakez. How are you? What are you working on? I'm currently working on... Oof. What is this? We don't have a delta time multiplier anymore. So we did supply delta time before. God, God, I just don't know how to code this. Man. How do I do this? God damn it. I feel like I need 2 delta times. I need an update delta time and an animation delta time or something. So then it would be like float delta time here. And then this will ask if delta time is greater than 0, then we increase the tick counter. Or something. Or is it like... Is it the same as update delay? Unity has 2 time. 1 for scaled, 1 for not scaled. What's the problem, Cakez? Oh man, I'm trying to... Essentially what I'm trying to do is this. I have my unit placed in the preparation state for the game, and I don't want him to use any abilities, nor do I want the abilities to decrease in time, or nor do I want buffs to tick out when I'm in this preparation state, because this preparation state happens between rounds, and some people will use this preparation state to basically place the units and do strategic decisions. And if I have cooldowns running out or abilities activating on their own, that's bad. Now I need to somehow make the abilities should not tick, so the abilities should not, or like the buffs, they should not run out, but they should still animate. Okay, so they should still be animating themselves. That's the thing. And so how am I doing this? Like, how would I do this? So I think I have a first solution here where I'm only increasing the buff tick timer if I have update delay, but I feel like this shouldn't be that. It should be more like this. But can I do this if this is 0? What if delta time is 0? Will this crash? In that case, why don't you just have a bool which is in preparation mode? I already know in which mode I am, but I want this function to be completely oblivious to that. I want to supply stuff to this function so that the function can stand on its own. Because the function ultimately doesn't need to know about the level. Delta time divided by delta time, yeah, that would give me 1. That would give me a tick. And if it's 0, then 0 divided by 0 is 0. So I'm hoping that this won't break my code, because then I can just do this. Delta time divided by delta time. Can I do 0 divided by 0, guys? No? Prove it to me. Prove it to me. I can't compile my program right now. Wait, I'm gonna fix it really quickly. I wanna test. This fucking math. Guys, it's not about math. It's about if the computer can do it. It has nothing to do. It works. It works. It depends on the compiler. So what should we do in this case? Delta time divided by 1? No, guys, not divided by 1. Divided by itself. Why am I doing this? Because now I can tick the buffs. Buff tick timer plus equals delta time greater than 0. I don't like the if in there. That's the problem. But I guess the division is worse, right? The division is worse. So this one is better. Are fewer tiles better? Yeah, we're gonna... Oh, man. We're gonna watch that, yeah. But I'm running so low on time. But I feel like I need to sit down and program on this for like multiple days to get all of these things ironed out. Because ultimately, they won't change what we do in the game, but they will make the game much more stable. And I think we're like... So here's how game development works. You do something new in the game, and then you have to go back and fix your systems. That's what I have to do right now. Yeah. It clearly isn't working. No, so like, I'm not doing this here yet. How do I do this? So guys, I think what I need in update level, I need a float, update, delta time. And I need to set that to delta time. And then if we are in preparation, the first thing that would come to mind is updating these. So I need to animate. God, it's so difficult, man. It's very simple, actually, but man. If we are in running, if we are in... We set delta time to 0, that's easy. Then we don't need that stupid value here at the top. The problem is, though, this works for everything but entities. He's no longer animated. You see this? His animation stopped. He's no longer idling. That's because his animation time is no longer being increased. So what we need here is to update enemies, especially heroes, when we are animating them. That needs to be a different delta time. Hey, I have the choice to do an internship in a big online gambling company or a smaller amazing indie studio but with less job security. Do you have any advice for me? Damn, wow, that's difficult to say, bro. Because let's say you're working with the gambling company, you can earn a lot of money, but you will probably follow practices that you discussed. And maybe you will become one of those people that exploit others. You know, like because your environment will build you. Or you could be part of a small studio, risk becoming let's not say homeless, but risk becoming poor because they go out of business because the game flops. Or you could be part of a small company that tries to make a game, yeah, right, amazing indie studio, and is very successful, and you could also get very successful doing that. I feel like it's more risky, but I think when you want to make a game, I think the amazing indie studio would be the better choice. At least for me. But you would definitely have more security in the gambling company, for sure. That's dumb thinking, but do you think a gambling company automatically has bad software building practices? I'm not talking about bad software building practices. I'm talking about exploiting humans. and their addictions. So they gamble longer. That has nothing to do with building software. I never once talked about coding practices or software practices. Not a single time, bro. I talked about the psychology part of things. And you will learn how to do that by programming something into the game, yes. But it's ultimately just what you do. Gambling are not games, it's just math formula in the game engine. Loot box crafting, yeah. What coding platform are you using? If you're asking the language, it's C++. So, that's what I'm doing. The thing is, if you want to be a game dev, an indie company is game dev. If you go gambling, it's closer to a regular software company. If the indie goes bankrupt, you'll likely be able to grab a job in a software company in the worst case. I think that's a smart idea. Yeah, Codingree has been... Like, can you give a bit of background on who you are, Codingree? I think you have some very good inside knowledge. Like, just say as much as you can say. I think you should, like, take Codingree's words. Cakes making shorts is also taking advice of people's added addictive tendencies, brother. Yeah? But I'm teaching something valuable? I'm not just trying to rot your brain? So... yeah? Of course I do the same in game development. I'm trying to increase the dopamine. Essentially an upgrade in a tower defense game is the dopamine. That's dopamine. However, it doesn't lead you to becoming homeless unless you can't control your normal gaming addiction. And then that's on you. I'm not exploiting anyone per se directly out of their money. I worked 2 years in a small team making CG stuff for Android, iOS, then almost 3 years in a big mobile game company, and now 4 years in AAA. Yeah. So that's like a little bit of background on Codingree. I think he is, when it comes to this, he has like a good insight on how it works. So if he's telling you that an indie company is a good idea, I think that's a good thing to say. I have to agree there. It's a good thing. The mobile games company is also closer to a regular software company, MO. A lot of front-end UI, monetization features and stuff like that. Oh wow, what the fuck? I missed something. Oh man. No, I did not. Holy shit, I just saw it. Who am I? Exploit me, Cakes. Another $10. Holy shit, man. I don't know what to say. Crazy, bro. Thank you so much for the incredible support on YouTube. Damn. That is insane. He just sent a super chat of $10. You're incredibly kind, man. Thank you. Exploit me? No, I just want to make a good game, bro. I don't want to exploit anyone. Hey, Ben Rail, how's it going, man? I lost my software development job today. You all got any thoughts? Not sure what I want to hear from you. But I just wanted to share this experience. Man, that sucks, bro. I hope you can find a new job then. So why did you lose it? What happened? Like, you just got fired because there weren't enough, like your company wasn't earning enough money? Or did you do something bad? Here's the problem, guys. The animate entity takes the delta time, that's 0. My unit is not animated. Updating the weapon also is 0, which means it doesn't show up anything. It doesn't, wait, it does show the weapon. That's good already. It's not updating it, which is fine, but at least it shows the weapon, so that's good. Now we just need to figure out a way to animate the entity if the delta time is 0. I have an idea. Oh my god, I actually know what to do, I think. I actually know what to do. Instead of using the delta time here for idle, this is idle. Idle animation. actually, we should do default as something bad, and then animation state. We should have like a real case for idle. See, this is what I mean. I wanted to talk... No, not talk. I wanted to work on this for as long as possible and explore every avenue, because I might do it differently. And then over here, this is not the idle animation. This is essentially an SM assert, false, unknown, animation state, %d, entity.animation state. And then we make this green. Can we even do this? I don't even know if you can actually make this green. And then we don't change the animation index at all. And over here, this needs to be idle or idle number 2. Both cases. Oh, and then obviously, of course, I also need to break out. There you go. And then instead of animating our units using delta time, we use the update delay. Which, by the way, this is our delta time. 1 divided by ticks per second. Watch this! They're being animated now. The game is not updating, but they are being animated. Oh, yeah! Prove it? What do you mean prove it? It's 0. The flag doesn't do anything. How can we be sure? You stupid. Look at this. They're animated. Look at this clown. Slow clap. So what? Vampire Survivors has gambling aspects and no one hates the game only because of it. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, God gives you better financial security. Yeah. Nah, I did nothing bad. I slacked off a bit and reported time incorrectly. Not really by intention, but just by laziness. And that's apparently a big no-no. Ooh, I see. So you... Oh man, that sucks. And maybe don't do that in the future, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I definitely learned a lot from this. It's not always that you get a hard slap in the face, but sometimes that's what you need. Yeah, I think so too. It sucks. And I hope you can find a new job, because that's really... Gotcha, bitch. That's crazy, the reaction. Because it could be like you made a genuine mistake and that's costing you immediately. I think that's bad, in my opinion. I think they're overreacting a bit, you know. I can see why, but like that happened to me, not in the same way, but in my like first job that I left, my first real long job that I had was web development, and I had a new boss towards the very end of it, and I didn't really get along with him. He came off like a smart ass, and he has like some personal issues too. He was a really weird boss, and I'm happy that I didn't stay there for long, but essentially he wanted me to write down what you do usually in software. Like I needed to do certain updates and certain changes to a software, and you write down how long you need. That's what he wanted me to do. And so I wrote that down. And that was after I asked them for more money. So they told me no, they're not going to give me more money. And obviously I was mad about that, because I was working at the company for over 2 years already. And I don't get a raise after 2 years. Like, what are you doing, right? I have an entry-level payment. You should pay me more after 2 years. They didn't give me that, so obviously I was mad. But okay, fine. They tell me to write a... he tells me to write like this, one of these documents, right, to how long it takes. I write the document, I send it to my boss and the other boss, the previous boss that I had, to both of them, and he completely freaked out. It's like, oh, I should have talked to him first, and I shouldn't have sent that to the other boss, and he basically didn't want me there in the office anymore. And I was like, okay, fine, I'm gonna quit anyways, because you don't give me a raise. But yeah, like, so, like, I feel like stuff... crazy, there are some crazy people out there, you know, and it's best to just you obviously made a mistake, right? That you didn't know you did. And now you take that as a learning experience. If they made me work using Agile, I would quit too. No, it wasn't really Agile. It was more like, please write down how long you need so we can have like an evaluation. But he kind of wanted to take that evaluation first and maybe, you know, play with some of the numbers. Tweak the numbers a little bit before he said so basically the way it worked was I worked for the new boss and that boss worked like kind of like an entity that worked for the previous boss. So like, okay, and so like he wanted to oversee everything I sent to the previous boss. And so, yeah, which in my opinion was like already a step in the wrong direction for the company, in my opinion, because ultimately now you are hiding what your employees are doing and everything is filtered through you. You see what I mean? And so he has all of the control and power. And I saw that and I was like, okay, bro, that's not a good sign. And so yeah, now that I like, the more I like grow, you know, and the older I get, the more I see these red flags. You know, I didn't see them before, but I had like a hunch that there was like, okay, why is that a bad thing to do all of a sudden, right? Because I was working very closely with the old boss. Like I was talking to him constantly. So what's the problem, right? What's the deal? All of a sudden I can't do that anymore? It was so odd. Anyways. When I was in IT support, there came some time tracking thing that we needed to write down at the end of each day what we spend our time to do on. And it took me like 30 to 60 minute work time just to fill the timesheet every time. Very efficient time. Yes, yeah, so stupid. Exactly. Yeah. Right now I write down my time too that I do for the company because I'm a contractor. And so I write that time off as well. Of course, it's me working for the company. I'm writing down my time for them, you know. Which is a good thing. In this case, it's a good thing because I'm a contractor, okay? And I write down exactly what I did. And I think that's fine, but still, it takes time away. I don't mind, really. I earn money doing that, so... It's probably he was creating legends and you would perhaps ruin them by telling the truth. What? Creating legends? What does that mean? Like you could have unknowingly fact-check him? Good day, Mr. Bun77 Cakes. I left a business proposal under your last video. Could you please check it? Sincerely. Bro, you're making me fucking go to a YouTube video of mine to see your dumbass Among Us comments? No, you're gonna link me the video. I'm not going to my video now, man. You're gonna link me that video. Absolutely not. No. No, no, no. Mm-mm. No, 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 no. Guys, game time. Let me quickly do that. Game time. Alright, guys, I'm so happy I found the solution to the issue, by the way. Here. I have the solution to this animation. Yesterday, if you remember, let's mark this as A, by the way. In update banners, whenever we do the particle system here, you know? Wait, is this here even? Sorry about that. Is that even here? No, actually that's not. It's in apply banners. In apply banners, you know the particle system that we did here? That uses the... when we emit particles, it uses the tick counter of the level. Well, in the game state... Where is the game time? Let me find that. Here. Where we have the game time, we're also going to add in a game or a tick counter. Whenever I'm updating the game, I'm also increasing this tick counter. And I'm going to use that. So why is this more important? When the game is in the preparation loop, I'm increasing the game's time. That means that this tick counter can be used for some particles that are like they're still animated, but the time is paused, essentially. The update time is paused. I'm not updating the level, but I'm updating the game. And so the game should be animated meaning I can use that tick counter, essentially. So, where's this? Here, we use the tick counter here, and then in, let me see, I think over here, game, state, tick counter, ++. Why do I do it this way? Because I'm simulating here. And now here's the question, by the way. Actually, I think it's fine. Yeah, so this should now make this buff less crazy. It works. And I can tell you that, prove to you that it works. Draw. I can't spell draw! Come on. Draw entity. I did something off stream to test. I made the enemies, you might be able to notice, they're no longer affected by the darkness. Take a look at the enemies coming in. Here. Are you coming? Uh-oh. The enemies are not moving to me. That sucks. Slow clap. Asen is looking awfully breathable when they war cry like that. What the fuck? I think the whole concept of a new boss is the issue. I'm sort of in the same issue. My old boss used to stay late with me and help me debug code. My new boss doesn't help me at all. The new boss expects me to know everything or find my things myself. I mean, at that point, what is the boss even doing if he doesn't help me? Oh, he's earning money. Yeah, he's telling you what to do, so he's feeling good about himself. As soon as you mention this only slightly, and because you need help, it's going to be like daggers for his ego. Do it. Earning in quotation marks, yeah. MP3 today? No. Yo, 10 tags, good morning. Hello there. For some reason, the enemies are not walking towards me. That's bad. By the way. Also, yeah, so here, I turned them unlit and transparent. I wanted you guys to tell me, what do you think? This is what it looks like currently when they don't have... I feel like I need to change their light. What do you think? Is this good enough? And this is... I can't see enemies, of course. This is what... I think that looks good. God, yes! God, I love this, man. This was one of the hardest things for my brain today, and I managed to fix it. Now we just need to figure out why the enemy follow path doesn't work. Oh, cost delta time. Wait, but that should be fine. Huh? Huh? They follow the path. Okay, so why don't they move? 0. Huh? Why? Why is that 0, my brother? That doesn't make any sense. That should not be 0. That should be... Why is this 0? Huh? Nani? Is this delta time 1? Okay, that's 0. By the way, guys, this is why you don't leave stupid code and then you get distracted by chat. Do something else. That's why you don't do this, by the way. Hey, guys. Hey, you know, you gotta admit, you gotta admire this guy's how do you say that? Not consistency. When you're persistent. What is it called? Not persistent. When someone is like they keep doing it. Guys, come on.
Bad
Dedication.
code.
Yeah.
Check.
Yeah.
React all day.
Tenacity.
Check.
Mhm.
Zero progress. Check.
Wrong. I didn't do
Demo
zero
run.
progress.
Check.
It will come.
Dash CPP. Check.
You gotta admire this guy's tenacity. Good day again, Mr. Croissant77, Cake77. I received your request for the video. I left my proposal under. Please check this YouTube video. AAA is switching to Unreal because of the AI, question mark. Where is your proposal? Where is your proposal? Where is your proposal, my friend? Sort by new? 13 dislikes? Yeah, people don't... I don't understand why people dislike this, but it is how it is. Like, I don't have time to... I think my takes are usually reasonable, but... there we go. Hello, Mr. Cocos 60... Oh, God. This is a long one. Hello, Mr. Cocos 69. It is I, the good idea guy. Aha. What is that image, by the way? Oh, I see that's Shanks. Damn, cool image. Okay. Shanks drinking. I was sitting at a job today writing on my stuff. And suddenly, while I looked at the red button across the office, I realized how to get your game more views and overall success. Really? You know that? So, why the red button, you would ask? Well, the explanation is quite trivial. See, during COVID, there was a game which everyone played. The game is about finding the bad guy in the crowd of good guys. You would think that the concept is quite old. Yes, that is basically Mafia role-playing game. The killer feature is that the setting is in the space, you know? Everyone is doing their tasks on a spaceship. For instance, a task will pop up to fix the electricity of the ship. And because you and your team want to win, you have to go and fix that. Easy as that. By the way, players are called crew members. And the bad guys are called imposters. What imposters do, you might ask? Well, imposter is basically a traitor. In trouble in terrorist's town. Or mafia. In Mafia, the role-playing game. Please do not confuse it with the computer game you are playing as, where you play as Mafia. Aha, these are a lot of braces, I have to say. Difficult to read. So the main task of the imposters is to eliminate the crew members. Aha. There are various ways to lure imposters somewhere or simply stalk those who do their tasks solely. Perhaps you might be familiar with this game. The name is Among Us. Aha. How much time do you spend on these messages, bro? Is this ChatGPT or is this actually you, bro? Holy. It's gotta be ChatGPT at this point. Yeah. It's almost a new message every day. Someone needs to make a compilation on that. Of that, bro. Very much recommend. 10 out of 10 game. Back to my proposal. Okay, so in order to gain the player base to your very cool game, it might be beneficial to add some kind of similar asset. Just like in Among Us, the first thing that comes to mind is a crew member. Those are goofy guys and you might gain the popularity from the people you are playing this game. Anyway, take good care, God bless, smiley fake. It's not AI, pinky promise. just can't believe this. Holy shit, man. Now on YouTube too. Nice. Cakes looking smart in the same sweater you wear every day. Oh, thank you, yeah. I have like 2 blue sweaters, 1 white sweater, but I don't like using it because my camera's brightness is all the way cranked up. So whenever I look at a white screen and I wear a white t-shirt, it's basically... I basically turn into Jesus from heaven. Like, that's how much I glow. I don't like that at all. And so, yeah, I try to wear darker stuff. You need to don't know, you need to do stuff tomorrow, same time tomorrow. Guys, I won't be online tomorrow, okay? I won't be streaming tomorrow. Understandable. Thanks for specifying from heaven. Alright, so this was the problem, by the way, and so enemies didn't move or do anything. Change that. Bright HDR, bro. Game can't stand alone. No, this is just... Yeah, I don't need a crew member, by the way. So these are all enemies in one place. Fine. Let's see here. So I didn't like the way that they were lit up, but I think it's fine. Guys, what do you think? So here's the question. The original question. Let me play the game a bit. Take a look at this. The enemies. Now go back to draw entity. Here's the thing. I like it, but it's unlit. Transparent. So I can turn the enemies completely I can make the enemies completely unaffected by lighting. And units too. What do you think? Do you like this better? Let me open up Excalibur, then we can see the difference between the two. Excalibur. We had that before, right? Now we have this. Do you like this or this? That's the big question. One or two? What do you guys think? What's your opinion? Can't see the difference? Be stupid. 1, 2. 1 plus 2 equals 3. And Azenris, I remember what you said yesterday. I did not cause that problem for my job. That's why I needed to phone. No, I did not cause that problem. That was kind of rude to write. Especially since I left OBS open the entire time. Real question is, how does Bloons does it? Bloons doesn't have nighttime. Can't see the difference. I'd look at other enemies too, something else than bright white skellies. Sure. Add Soma Prime after crew member, please. 2 looks more coherent with the scene, but maybe if you wish to make characters more visible, try doing it with a mission. Well, I could give them like a light. Each enemy could have a light associated with it, right? But definitely number 2 makes it a little bit easier to see. In a night scene, this becomes a problem. In a day scene, this doesn't affect, like nothing happens. There is some solo IQ. You don't see a difference? Or you didn't see the difference between the skeletons on the left and on the right, real McAfee? Why not actually adding more lights on the track? You think I should add lights to the track? Just a bunch of small lights that illuminate the area? I think it would look bad. This is what it would look like. So let's say we keep it like this, right? And this is what it looks like right now. Let's say we add another light. This is what it would look like, in a way. I could make the radius bigger and then the intensity smaller. But it would still, and then make sure, let's see. So this is what it would look like. I think that would look bad. Because at the moment I can't stretch lights. I like the idea of enemies coming out of the darkness. Me too. Because then I can do some really cool stuff later. By emission, I didn't mean light, just make the skeletons more bright, or in other words, less affected by light. Not sure how you have your engine set up. The only way to have them less affected by lights would be to give them a light source themselves. Do you think it's toxic that 30 pose and AQ have the emote, Cakez? So what you mean is that Soulform, TCAP, AQ, Sturdy Pose and Shade11, these channels on Twitch, whenever they stream, they can use this emote? Yeah, these people are toxic. Toxic, toxic, toxic. How? He was always nice. This guy's toxic, like this guy's into oblivion toxic. It's crazy. But yeah. Aha. This guy too. Mm-hmm. It's a good emote? No, it's not. It's inherently toxic. Cakez new ban list? Yeah. Okay, let's see here. But with these new viewers, sucking Cakez... No. That has nothing to do with that. I don't think that's weird to have more lights in it. I mean, that's how it would work systematically. If you give emission to skeletons, then it would fake immo. Unless you want the skeletons to actually glow. Yeah, so what I would do... So what you mean by that is, I would just place a bunch of these lights across the road. Is that what you mean? I feel like I won't do it. I make it so that skeletons actually... They appear out of the darkness. And because then I can have true night levels. And maybe in the future consumables like... what you call it? Consumables like... torches can come in handy. Something like that. Maybe. And Molotovs, like, I think real lighting would make more sense. Torch, flare, NFG, NVG, yeah. Maybe add a unit holding a torch so that the other unit can see the enemies in the dark and attack them, just like in Plants vs. Zombie, the anti-fog plant or something, yeah. Make them show up from the darkness. So I know what you mean, having like a darkness factor. I don't have that, unfortunately. I don't have a channel where I write essentially the resistance to darkness. So I could make enemies more bright. I could do that before, I can't do it now. Because ultimately the darkness or the lighting is done using like a Photoshop layer. It's a Photoshop layer on top, which means the existing layer would need to provide the information to ignore lighting that particular part of the image. So I would need to have like some sort of mask in that sense. And that mask needs to be needs to have a strength. I don't have that mask. If you actually want to make it easier to know where the skeletons are, then you can always add glowing lights or something like that. I don't know, kind of brainstorming here. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna keep it like this for now. I think it gives a nice vibe. The stuff that I didn't like is that my tangerine kind of looks like the light is eating it up. Maybe that looks... Guys, so what I don't like is that the tangerine is so red, essentially. What do you guys think? Or you think that's fine? Cakes, could you read my previous message? Cakes, an idea. Shadow effects, units range, and mages fireballs could leave a burning spots that reveal enemies. Oh, there's so many things, but I need to... Yeah, like, there's many things. The firelight is probably too intense. I know. What, like... Nah, I think it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It also has to do with Bloom. Bloom does a lot. So if I had Bloom, this is what it would look like. Maximum Bloom. I feel like that's a bit much. Yeah. You know, so Bloom is kinda causing a lot of issues. Even here. I feel like I would need to turn down Bloom a bit here like this. This is what it looks... This looks good, in my opinion. This doesn't. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do there. I need to make it like less crazy, the Bloom, but yeah. How about more numbers of precision to the Bloom slider? I mean, you could still crank it up, then it doesn't really matter. Cakes, the day is ticking away. I know it's ticking away, bro. I know. I just love this time so much, man. It's so cool. It's too short. But I do realize that I have to basically... What I hope I can do over the weekend is sit down and fix all of these tiny things in the game so that we can move on. Because ultimately I want the demo version to come out. And I'm very happy that I've already managed to do something. Already managed to get stuff done. Damn, that's a lot of damage. Boom. That's what I've been saying. Yeah. By the way, the effect the tangerines turn red from lighting from the fire is correct to reality. I mean, it is, yes. It certainly is. But I feel like I should build this. And I don't have auto start rounds, so let's keep that off. Okay. Now, we're not starting rounds. I can place a unit in the darkness. I think that light here needs to change a little bit. Let's see here. Light. Let's put the intensity a bit higher, maybe. I think that's too much. Now that Daddy Trump is in office, all programming language besides JavaScript is illegal. The mandatory camps for all Python and Go devs will commence in 2025. Do you have crackling wood sound? Put more ambient? You mean because of the fire? You think I should put a crackling wood sound here? Since it's so center? I'm gonna write this down. crackling wood sound. I don't want to do it now, but that's a cool idea. What about this? Does that look good enough? Maybe that radius is a bit high? Then maybe we can increase the intensity. I didn't see anything. 0.9. Do you guys see a difference? Okay, what do you guys think? This could be... light. Let's see, then update banners. It draws a render quad using additive blending actually, okay. Let's try transparent. Gotta love the make good clips ticket. Cakez, when you have time, try to make the campfire light flutter a little bit, but the fire will take Cozy to another level. The fire will take Cozy to another level. This is brighter. No, the menu screen doesn't do that. So he means that the light that I placed here on the fire should flicker a little bit. I think it will take away from the game. Like, the main focus should still be on fighting the enemies and not the light. I think this is fine though. I like this intensity better. Yeah, so like this is level design, right? I thought it would be a cool idea to switch it up a little bit. Okay. Now, do we have everything we need? Let's see here. Update. Enemy. Let me check. This one should probably be in the UI pass. I think it looks good. The one thing that you want to complement the rest of the art. For example, the trees have shadows, but the characters not so much. Actually, the characters do. The shadow is just not visible at the moment, unfortunately. Because the hero is standing on top of it. Which I might have to change. Let's see here. Chocoladas. The white dot is where I stand. And it is a little bit high. But that is used so I cannot collide or I cannot place another unit next to me. And so that's why this is so far down. And it's also so far down so that I can... Yeah. It's essentially as close to the center as possible so that I shoot arrows from the center and I have almost exactly the same projectile trajectory. No matter whether I stand on top of the road or below the road. So if I could shoot a projectile in when I'm standing below the road to an enemy, and that projectile flies through the enemy because it pierces it, I would hit another enemy behind that enemy if it's close enough. And for my eyes it's too bright. Do you have a gamma contrast brightness setting? I have bloom, which would completely remove this. I think the big issue here is the bloom. That's maximum bloom, which obviously is too much. So you can completely remove it, then you don't have bloom. So yes, there is one setting that controls this, which is bloom, and I'll probably have to play around with this. And maybe even how much... I don't even know if there's a strength factor for bloom, which I probably have to add in. After the last update, Cakez, the bot behaves correctly? No more random crashes? No, not so far, no. Imagine if he had shadows and small glowing firefly particles around the trees, Cakez. Yeah, I know what you mean, bro. But this is not gameplay. What we did today was gameplay. Essentially making the units animate, but they don't use abilities. Oh. I think that's a problem still, huh? He's like trying to... He's like... He's trying to activate the ability, huh? I see. He's switching to use the ability, but he's not updating. So he's like waiting to place down the banner. Guys, is that a problem? Or should I keep it? Cakez, gameplay is important, but you have to make it pretty too. Both are equally important, demo. Yeah, people are too used to good-looking games these days because of engines. I know. No one will care. It's evolution. He grew a third hand. No, that's like his hand is here. Will he place the banner when the enemy starts showing up? So I think it's... If so, I think it's nice like this. Yeah, so if I press play, let me show you. Then he will, yes. Look. Here's the play button. There we go. I think that's nice, yeah? You like it? You think this is a good thing, guys?
Gotcha, bitch!
Okay, cool. Nope. Well, the majority of people like it, so I'm gonna keep it. Cool. Nice. Why are you floating mid-air? Well, because I showed the button. Okay. Let me see here. It looks like he bugged out and froze. Yeah, but I think it's fine. We're gonna keep this. So basically this says that he's gonna use an ability in a second. Maybe the camera should cover a little more of the screen. The Tangys need a small shadow blob below them. Yeah, I know. They used to have that. I guess we can do this. Let's see. So basically in draw entity. Let's see here. In draw entity. We draw light. And we draw the shadow. on the position. So I guess we don't do const. And then if we have a hero, we do position plus entity noise. I see. Wait, keep it const. Shadow. Okay, fine. If has components. If we have a hero. Then I want to draw. I want to always draw that here. Vector tool push down. Do I need that though? Yeah, I do. I need the ellipse. Or maybe I draw the ellipse around the center. Nah, that's also bad. Guys, question. No. No. It's fine. Push down is nothing. And then push down is push down dot y plus equals 5. And then we draw that plus the push down. Let's see what that looks like. Push down, yeah. Hey, nothing? Oh, I see. There we go. How do you... But do you compile every time you change something, or is it hot reloading stuff? Yeah, this is compiling. And if you want to know how I did it, I have a tutorial on that. Let's see. Hot reload. There you go. If you want to know how I'm doing it. Okay, you see this? This is their shadow, but maybe I need to make the shadow more... Guys, do you think the shadow needs to be more transparent or less transparent? So like instead of 0.8, it will be like 0.9. Nah. Let's test 6. Hard shadow equals night, soft equals day. Azenris, what are you gonna do to your game, bro? What is your next step? I played your game. What do you think? And I need to go to the bathroom, guys. Give me a second. Damn, that's looking juicy. That is looking juicy. Ouch. Hey, I'm not dead! What happened? I thought I died!
What's your feedback on the rest when you check out the passive skill tree next week?
Imager? Before C++... Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god, man, fuck. Oh. Oh god.
Hey Rafi, good morning.
Great meme, oh man. 20 years older because of C++.
Yeah. 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 Oh no. No. I'm not falling down again, guys.
The circle is too small. The orange hits the circle below him, but it's not obvious to the player. What is your go-to breakfast food, Cakes? Mine is scrambled eggs with tomatoes. I usually don't have breakfast food, but let's say I were to have breakfast. I'm a very lazy person, so I would probably just make Brötchen mit Wurst. Like this here. At the moment. I would make this. Exactly this. Because it's the fastest. And I can just put it in the frying pan and put the other ones in the oven. You know, at the moment. Best German dish, yeah. I mean, I know it's not the best, but again, like I consume a lot of meat. And scrambled eggs is too much work, essentially. Even though this is really fast to do. I know, guys. I know, okay? Like, my focus currently is my daughter and, yeah. So, yeah, all my focus goes there. Currywurst, jawohl. Exactly. Bro is way too lazy for shit. Yeah, like, my focus is on my daughter, so, yeah. That's why I just do that, because that's the fastest. And I don't have to think. I just do it. Dollar or daughter? Daughter. Daughter. I honestly didn't hear right now, so daughter. I mean daughter. Daughter eats all good food in your house. You eat the cereal with water and bratwurst. Exactly. So you eat cereal with water. Like, I don't eat cereal. But actually, now that you mention it, maybe I should get myself one package. But usually, if I were to eat breakfast and I wasn't as lazy as I am right now, I would also make myself scrambled eggs with... I would make myself scrambled eggs and I would put it on bread. That's what I would make. Oh, I did this a long time. That was really delicious. I'll show you. It took too long though to make. But if I'm not... Like, where is it? Food, right? Haven't looked here in a long time. You guys posted some crazy good food here, man. Holy. How dare you? This is what I did a long time ago. Where is it? I would do this. Scrambled eggs together with this stuff right here. But it took too long to make. That's what I would eat for breakfast. How do you do sprite sorting and batching in your engine? Well, I guess we can talk about your game then. So, the Crypto, you have been making a game, right? Let me see here. This is the Crypto. He's been showing me some cool... You guys remember Randy's game that we played on stream? Wait, I guess we'll wait for 1 minute because ads are starting right now, okay? I'll wait for the 1 minute to be over and then... Was this private? I asked him if I could link this. Yeah, I asked him before. Sure, just a kebab on the side, yeah. Listen, so I eat like a fucking Scheunendrescher in English. When I eat, I don't eat small portions. Usually I eat once or twice a day. And I eat tremendous amounts of food, and that's it. I don't go and have like a breakfast for like a little bit, and you know, then like 2 hours later I'm gonna have my lunch, and then 2 hours later I'm gonna have coffee and cake, and then 2 hours later I'm gonna have the evening food, whatever that's called, dinner. I'm hungry now, I make myself a shit ton of food, I eat the food, I make sure that nothing's left over, I'm basically platzen in English, and then I'm done. And then I don't eat for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours. I just don't eat. I'm not hungry. That's what I do. Because ultimately, I don't want to make myself food 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times a day. It just takes too much time away. And so I just try to make big batches and just eat that. And so when I eat food, so for example, if you talk about cereal, while someone... Food batching, yeah. When someone eats a cereal package, and the cereal package says 10 portions, that's one. A cereal package is 1 portion, because I eat half the package in one go, then I wait a bit, sits down a bit, then I eat the other half. That's just how it is. They eat the package, no, so like the contents in the package. So I can just warm up and eat it another day. I do batches 2 to 3 days a week and then store it in multiple portions. Yeah, so I do that too. So for example, what I like doing is I like making myself schnitzels. I've made schnitzels recently again. And when I make schnitzels, I know it takes a long time. So I make like 10 or 12 schnitzels together with champignon rahmsauce in English. Okay, that. And then I usually have like, I don't know, rice or noodles that I always make when I eat the portion. But like the schnitzels will be in the fridge and the champignon rahmsauce will be in the fridge. And then when I need to make, when I make myself a portion, I heat up rice, or I make rice again, or fresh rice essentially. And I take a little bit out of the fridge and put on there. Cooking stream when? In the future maybe. Like I did one when we did HelloFresh. And so I have the setup. It's not really difficult to do. You just use your phone. But at the moment, like my focus is on my daughter and on finishing the demo version. And I'm pretty sure you guys can tell, right? You guys can tell. The game is getting better, right? The game is changing. And we are getting closer and closer to a demo version. You can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. No, you can. Stop lying. You can. Gotcha, bitch. Okay, thank you for following, Yasak. Good morning. And so that's my #1 priority. And I'm happy that we have this now. We now have the preparation state of the level. The next thing to work on is essentially this weapon here. The stats for this weapon, Gladius. What should it give us? What should it be? Cakes, don't you think you should cut down the scope a bit to finish in a reasonable amount of time? But that's what I'm doing. Like I already don't do obstacle destruction. I cut that out for the demo version. I don't do obstacle destruction. That's one thing. However, the demo needs to look good. And it needs to, like, I'm currently fixing the annoyances, essentially. So, another annoyance. Another annoyance. I play the game. And I can focus targets like this. It's another annoyance in the game. Because it's difficult to click on these. I need to make this much better. Oh, wow. I see. It doesn't finish the animation. You see this here, guys? Interesting. And if I play, it animates again. Is that a problem? Closest mouse option? Yeah, no, it's essentially hovering over units. That's the next big thing I need to work on. Someone in Germany, do you have these? Someone from Germany, do you have these? Yeah, I don't like these too much. Yes, we do. Like, essentially, I only buy the bread that doesn't have oil in it. Because again, I'm like a big... I don't like oil. The only thing I like is butter. But I don't like sunflower oil or rapeseed oil, which is usually in those. So I only buy the stuff that doesn't have oil. Hello, collector of stuff. Still here. One button to focus all unit if they are able to hit them to target the enemies. What are we waiting for? Oh, interesting. So you see this, the projectile here? What should I do? And the weapon is animated too. What should I do here? Here's another question. Should the projectile fly? Because it's already shot. They are both in idle animation. Use a Q and clear the queue on exit. No, I mean the time has to... So that's the thing, right? The time has to flow. Purge all projectiles. No, that shouldn't happen. Because if you have this option enabled to auto-start rounds, then the projectile that you fired the round before should still exist. It shouldn't just get... It would feel bad if a projectile just is gone. That's not what happens. The projectile has been shot. The time that you spent casting or loading the projectile should still be relevant. So I think it should just stay this way, whatever. Cakez, what if the projector was facing the start of the path? Then it would make a difference of outcome, exactly. But then the idle animation doesn't make much sense. I know it doesn't. My favorite oil is sunflower oil, really? I hate it. I think it's hideous. Really bad. Hey, Techno Trolling, good morning. Well, my brothers, I'm sad. I have to work. No react? No, I have to work. Man. Fewer tiles is worse, confirmed. We have to do this on Monday. I will try to program as much as I can on the game over the weekend so that I get to a point where we can push forward and do content. You see, like, answer these questions essentially that just came up. Okay, so that on Monday, by the time I come back, I played this out and I figured out what the problem or how we should fix this. And then ultimately, we're just gonna see what happens. And we're going to, like, also do the, the tile stuff, because I think that's really cool. Sorry about this, guys. I wish it wasn't like that, but yeah, I need to phone now. I'll send you over to Jackie Codes, guys. I hope you have a great weekend, right? You guys have a good weekend. It's been fun creeping, lurking on a stream today. Have a good weekend. Yeah, you guys have a good weekend, yeah. I will see you all on Monday,
because I have
okay?
bad news. I just got your wishes for
No.
Christmas. Sadly, releasing Tangy Defense is an impossible